And that, in some ways they're a little bit like us in that for this year we're not really quite sure which Ray-Pec team is showing up from week to week as well. They got kind of destroyed last week. I mean, they were playing a good team, but still, does that mean that they're going to be, hungrier? Do you worry about that?
I mean, you always worry about that when you got good teams, and that's every week that we play. You've always got a team that's going to come out and give you their best shot. So they're going to be ready to go, just like we told our kids at the end of the day. It's the most well-performed, well-executed team that's going to be able to come out with the W, and we've got to stop saying at the end of games, if we execute it here, if we execute there, then this game's different, so we need to have a flawless execution type game. We don't got to play perfect, but we've got to play execution, fundamental, sound football.
Well, we talked at the beginning of the year before we ever played a game about the idea we have a young team that's learning and that we hope that over the course of the season they start to get what you're teaching them, buy into it, and do all this stuff. What kind of progress do you feel like they've made over the course of the year? Where do you see the biggest advancements?
Oh, the progress has been really good. From week to week, we aren't making the same mistakes, and that's really all you can ask as a coach, to turn on the film and be able to see, okay, they grew in this area, and we've done that on both sides of the ball. We've done that in special teams tremendously. So it's just now when you get into the meat of your schedule and you're playing these top teams in the state, it makes it that much closer because your mistakes get magnified, so – it's just trying to limit those as much as possible. And, us as coaches, we know that we have that going back and forth with some of our younger guys. So trying to limit as much as we can what we put on them as well. The KISS
gotta love Titan football. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Lee Summit West High School presents Titan Football.
Time to go to work! Move it, move it, move it! Get off the ground! Come on, Titans, hit somebody! Woo! You gotta love Titan football.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker along with Coach Royce Bames, Lee Summit West Titan football, taking on Ray-Pec on homecoming night here at Lee Summit, Missouri, and fresh back from away on assignment. I didn't tell anybody where you were.
Yeah, I was away on assignment. It was beautiful. I'll tell you exactly where we were. We were in Jamaica, man. No, I had a great time, but good to be back. Hurricane kept us down there a few more extra days, but
You poor guys.
well, it cost a little bit more money. Joel, dadgummit. But we were able to listen to you go live, man. I tell you what, you do a hell of a job both sides of the ball. You know?
Yeah, I was thinking that this week, I mean, when everybody's back this week, I can just, almost say nothing.
Exactly. But I'll tell you what, Joel, just to start off, I'd never imagined a homecoming game being Ray-Pec.
Yeah?
Usually you steer away from the big dogs.
Yeah. Try and get a game that you're going to win.
Exactly. And like I said, as soon as I saw this as a Ray-Pec homecoming game.
But, who won that? I mean, how much control do you have as a coach in terms of scheduling that? I mean, who you're going to play is somewhat out of your hands. Not completely, but somewhat out of your hands.
And that was the blessing that I had with Debbie Catsby.
Yeah.
Debbie Catsby would always come to me, and she's like, all right, who would you like to play for homecoming? I look at the schedule, see where the home games were, and I was able to pick.
Who would you have picked?
Blue Springs South.
Good call. First of all, we were there.
I know.
And second of all, we lost. So.
I know. I saw that.
You should have said I would have picked Lee Summit.
Yeah, Lee Summit or Blue Springs.
Yeah. Well, Blue Springs would have been the, going into the season would have been the one.
I know. But we were also on the road there, too.
Yeah. So, I mean, the truth of the matter is, the outcome in the Lee Summit game was not exactly what was expected going into it. So, who knows? Maybe they'll get an outcome that they want out of this one.
Well, I tell you what, we've been shocked, we've been surprised, and we've looked at each other going, "What the question mark?"
Well, which team is showing up is the big question. So, I know you just got back from Jamaica, where it was quite a bit warmer than it is here. But I don't know. Is this an indication of maybe the number of years that have passed? That I'm in the shorts here.
You are in shorts. And I'm in jeans.
And you got the jeans and the jacket and a hoodie.
Yeah, well, anticipate.
You used to stand on the sideline in November.
I know.
And district finals.
All right.
And it was
so
shorts.
So what you're telling me is I'm getting old.
Maybe. I was thinking maybe you're going through menopause.
That could be. That could be. I very well could be.
Well, the reins have been turned over to Coach Willie Horn, and I had a chance to talk with him. I did start him out with a very important bit of advice that did involve you for homecoming. So we'll get to the coaches' conversation right now. We're about 8 minutes away from opening kickoff, 7:30. Here's your coaches' conversation on Titan football. It's a coaches' conversation. Joel Becker talking with Lee Summit West head coach Willie Horn as we are in homecoming week this week as we face Ray-Pec. And first of all, I want to tell you my partner, Royce, Coach Royce, he absolutely, homecoming, favorite game of the year. He loves the parade. If you want to invite him to go up there and, just do the little royal wave, I think he would love that.
Oh, yeah, I definitely need to get Royce up there going, for sure.
Seriously, though, I mean, both coaches before you, it was always one of their biggest concerns because of the distractions.
Yeah, it's always an issue. You got all the different events. You got the days of the week and all the stuff that's going on, and then you got the assembly, and then you got the parade. So that was the biggest focus going into today, is just remembering why we're here and what we're doing it for, and that's to win a football game.
You practicing your royal wave?
Oh, yeah, well, I don't know if it's a royal wave, but it's a willy wave.
So, all right, so we talked about this, 2 weeks ago. It's Lee Summit. It's 38-0. It's over by halftime. Last week, it was a tight game, but how do you know which team's going to show up from week to week?
Man, that's the hard part of having young guys, is trying to get them to understand who they can be and to be confident in what we're doing. And that's really just been our motto all season, trying to get consistent in what we're doing and executing our game plan and what we're doing from the play calling standpoint. So at some point it's going to work out, and we've shown what we can do and what we can be, but we got to be consistent in who that is, so just trying to make sure that we do that at the right times, and no better time than now.
Well, based on what we saw last week, what you need to do is find a game we lost to whatever team we're playing in the playoffs and show it to them, and you can be like the Chiefs and the Bucks.
Oh, yeah, bounce back game. That's all of our kids call it revenge game. So tonight we're out for some revenge to show what we can do to the state.
Well, there is a long history between Ray-Pec, of course, and Lee Summit West. They've been a rivalry. Ray-Pec's been the bigger team and the older established team, and we have gotten our revenge at times, but tonight's going to be a tight one.
Oh, yeah, they got a good team over there, very well coached. They've got a good offense, weapons out on the edge, and there are two receivers, and quarterback has been playing for the last 2 years. So we got to make sure that we're doing our job defensively, staying over the top, not allowing big plays, very similar to last week because of what they like to do in the passing game. And then defensively or offensively, we've got to get on bodies, give our running backs opportunities to get the lanes that we need, and take advantage of what they do out in the secondary and what they're going to be giving us.
And that, in some ways they're a little bit like us in that for this year we're not really quite sure which Ray-Pec team is showing up from week to week as well. They got kind of destroyed last week. I mean, they were playing a good team, but still, does that mean that they're going to be, hungrier? Do you worry about that?
I mean, you always worry about that when you got good teams, and that's every week that we play. You've always got a team that's going to come out and give you their best shot. So they're going to be ready to go, just like we told our kids at the end of the day. It's the most well-performed, well-executed team that's going to be able to come out with the W, and we've got to stop saying at the end of games, if we execute it here, if we execute there, then this game's different, so we need to have a flawless execution type game. We don't got to play perfect, but we've got to play execution, fundamental, sound football.
Well, we talked at the beginning of the year before we ever played a game about the idea we have a young team that's learning, and that we hope that over the course of the season they start to get what you're teaching them, buy into it, and do all this stuff. What kind of progress do you feel like they've made over the course of the year? Where do you see the biggest advancements?
Oh, the progress has been really good. From week to week, we aren't making the same mistakes, and that's really all you can ask as a coach, to turn on the film and be able to see, okay, they grew in this area, and we've done that on both sides of the ball. We've done that in special teams tremendously. So it's just now when you get into the meat of your schedule and you're playing these top teams in the state, it makes it that much closer because your mistakes get magnified, so it's just trying to limit those as much as possible. And, us as coaches, we know that we have that going back and forth with some of our younger guys. So trying to limit as much as we can what we put on them as well. The KISS motto, keep it simple, stupid.
It's always a good way to go. Although, it must be fun for you guys in the coaches meeting thinking that you had all the mistakes figured out, and then you get a whole brand new set of them every week.
Oh, yeah, that's always a good thing. But, again, there's so many things that go into a football game, and you can always look at one play and say, oh, man, if we would have done that play differently, the game could have went a different way, you know. So, like I keep telling the kids, we just got to continue to keep chopping, and keep doing what we're supposed to every day, showing up, ready to get better. And at some point it's going to click because we're growing as a team. We're getting closer together. We're doing things right, and we're putting on film what we can be, you know. And I think we can be a very dangerous team as the playoffs come around.
Well, and we've seen that in our ability to take advantage of the other team mistakes, which is also just as important of not making mistakes ourselves.
Yes, you got to be advantageous. You know, like I said last week, luck is where preparation meets opportunity. So tonight we got to go out and make some of our own opportunities because they're a really good team and well coached again. So we got to find ways to get some takeaways and put some pressure on them and find ways in the offense to take some shots when we have the opportunities because we think that they'll be there for us.
Any injuries?
No injuries. We're good to go.
It's been a good year for that. Boy, weather-wise, this is first football game of the year weather-wise.
Yeah, can't beat 55, 56 degrees at kickoff, you know. So fall is here, ready to go.
All right, well, it should be fun. Good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Coach Willie Horn. I'm Joel Becker, and this is Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker along with Coach Royce Boehm, fresh back from vacation. The Lee's West Titans taking on the Ray-Pec Panthers. And interestingly enough, the Panthers won the toss and chose to receive. You heard the coach talking about how this is a potent offense, and I guess they want to get that on the field as soon as they can.
Yeah, that's the big key. But I tell you what, the way the defense has been playing for the Titans, it'd be a nice little test here right off the bat.
Will Peacock from the 40-yard line. The kick will go deep and bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And we will get to see this Ray-Pec offense with Xander Dombrowski. And you mentioned, or maybe it was Mark who, Mark, of course, this is where he comes from. He made the observation that Ray-Pec always has the big quarterbacks.
They sure do.
Now, are they going to be playing the Ray-Pec Bull offense? That was the question.
Well,
I don't know. They haven't done that for a few years now.
They haven't.
No, that's not where they are. They're more passing potent offense for this, and play action on the first play of the game, and it is caught over on the far side and good for a first down. Breaking a tackle and getting across the 32, about the 33-yard line, is Doss. And Jaden Doss with a good reception and moving the chains on the very first play from scrimmage. A pretty good cushion there.
That was very good.
So we'll go first and 10 from the 33. Shotgun formation, Twins on the left. Again, play action looking right side, throwing, and it is caught again. Doss, he went backwards, goes forward, gets another first down. Pickup of 12 out to the 45-yard line, first and 10.
Well,
again for the Panthers.
Going off what Mark said about the quarterback, I think it's about every one of their players. They just look solid. They're big, they're thick.
Good corn out in Raymore-Peculiar.
Yeah, not too far from us.
From the pistol, first run of the game right up the middle, big hole, and a good open field tackle by Jackson Torrey to stop Fager on the run, but not before he moves the chain. So we've had 3 plays and 3 first downs for the Panthers. Not the best start for the Titans so far.
Not a good sign, Joel.
Just underway. We've played 45 seconds of the first quarter. Opening drive, pistol formation. Dombrowski has trips out to the left side this time, and he will give it again. That was one of those read options on the quarterback, and he decided to hand it off to Fager, who goes over right tackle, and for the first time in the game doesn't get a first down on a play. It'll
Yeah.
be 2nd down and 8.
And with that play there, Xander could have just kept the ball and made things happen himself.
So into Titan territory at the Lee Summit West 42, 2nd down and 8. Again in this pistol formation, twins on the left this time, one man on the right. Back to throw. Dombrowski throwing left side and incomplete. That looked like somebody got a hand on it on the way out.
Sure did.
Looking for Doss again, so 3 targets, all of them went to Doss.
I wonder if Doss is a key player.
Well, the last time we played Ray-Pec was a couple years ago. At least the last time we did a broadcast with Ray-Pec in it was a couple years ago. So when I went to make the depth charts, I had to go back a couple years. I wasn't expecting to see anybody on the depth chart, but he was. So that should tell you something.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Back to throw and a toss out. It is Fagan, and he catches it. Fager, and he'll get a first down. A little swing pass and a pickup of about 10 on 3rd and 8, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Mark, getting back to your question of number 6 having his shirt tailed out, if Coach Parks was here, I believe number 6 would have his shirt tail tucked in and be having some makeups next week. Coach Parks, if you're listening to us down in Coffeyville.
He's in Coffeyville?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 6.
Not upstairs. All right, Fager with the give up the middle, pretty good hole. Weaving his way down inside the 30 to about the 29 goes Fager, and it will be 2nd down and about 6 from there. Coffeyville, Kansas.
Yes.
My cousin used to be the superintendent of schools there.
Oh. I guess he's back for a Hall of Fame.
Oh. Okay. Pistol formation on 2nd down. Again, a give, and this time good penetration. Frederickson with the initial hit, but the penetration was from Kirkpatrick. And that'll set up a 3rd down, 3rd and about 6. No gain on the play. Flew a plane into Coffeyville, Kansas from St. Louis. Took my parents in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know how many Valium my mom took to.
Joel, is there anything you can't do?
Knowing that I was flying a plane, but she got through it. Actually went real fine. 3rd down and 6. Dombrowski looking left side, swing pass again. Fager's going to get the first down and more inside the 10. Runs over a Titan defender. That was Dorian Randolph, and gets inside the 10 to about the 7, I'll call it the 8-yard line, 1st and goal for Ray-Pec.
Wow.
Strong runner.
Very strong runner. I cannot believe they didn't have anybody to cover him.
Yeah. Well, and
especially coming out of the backfield.
That's what I was going to say. We're going to need to see some adjustments, or this is going to be a quick, long game. So on 1st and goal, they give it Fager, and he was caught in the backfield. Once again, good penetration that time, and that seems to be what the Titans are going to need. Putman got into the backfield, and they just overpowered the offensive line, but I think he was kind of down, but managed to get the legs of the running back.
Well, see, and I thought he, it looked like the hole was to the left, and he took it to the right.
So it'll be 2nd and goal. Call it a loss of a couple back to the 10-yard line. Dombrowski directing traffic. Now he'll step back into the pistol. Fager is to his right. Back to throw. He's going to take it on a quarterback draw. Now he throws. Swing pass, and it is caught. Fager down to the 5 and tackled as he got near the 4. And it'll be a 3rd down and goal from there. It was Damon Randolph who saved the touchdown, at least for the time being. So 3rd and goal from the 4. Opening drive of the game. We've played a little less than 5 minutes of the first quarter. And it will be a read option give. Fager up, and he gets close, but I don't think he got it. No indication from the officials. They say 4th down. He's about a half a yard off. as he went right up the middle, and it looked like he kind of just got tripped up right as he got to the line.
And that knee went down real quick.
Looks like they seem to be in a position where they're going to go for it, although they could call a timeout and discuss it. I don't know, but if I were they, I probably would be going for it here on 4th and 1. 4th and goal from the 1. They do snap the ball, and it's a keeper, and Dombrowski into the end zone, touchdown.
Oh, got a flag on this side.
There is a flag. So this may come back with a hold or an illegal formation, perhaps. Illegal shift is the call against the Panthers. So take the 6 points off the board. It will set up a 4th and goal from about the 6 and probably bring the field goal unit in, which I know it's kind of cliche, but will turn out to be a big moral victory for the Titans defense.
But eat a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah. I mean, literally half the quarter, 6.5 minutes left to go, 6:36. Looks like this is going to be a 24-yard field goal attempt by Stevenson. From just inside the right hash mark. On 4th and goal, they put it down. The kick is up. It is long, and it is good. 6:36 on the clock here. In the first quarter of play, the Panthers march down the field, but they stall out after a touchdown was called back on a penalty. 3-0 our score. We'll see what the Titans can do when they get the ball when we come back here on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com. Welcome back out to Titan Stadium here at Lee Summit West High School in Lee Summit, Missouri. Joel Becker along with Coach Royce Bame. Lee Summit West Titans trailing the Ray-Pec Panthers 3-0 on the opening drive. They went from a touchback 80 yards. It ended up being a 74-yard drive with the field goal. And 3-0, but the fact that they did keep them out of the end zone, as we've talked about before, football is a game of momentum, and the momentum definitely took a big swing there, because if he had gotten that touchdown, if there was no penalty on that, it would have been pretty demoralizing. This keeps them very much in the game.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You know what I miss? I mean, ever since I've been up here in the box with you, we've never had a sideline guy like Jeff Driscoll used to be. Because I'd like to know what Jeff's talking to him about right now.
Well, I don't know if you can be a coach and a sideline guy at the same time. Stevenson's kick high and kind of short. It'll come down, and it is muffed. And Tavion picks it up at the 10-yard line and goes out of bounds at about the 12. At least they keep possession of the ball. Sims on the carry, on the return, I guess I should say. And not the best field position for the Titans on their first touch on offense.
No, mishandling really hurt us right there.
Well, it was one of those things where it was a short kick, and it was kind of a little bit of a miscommunication between the two returners as to who was going to come up and field it. And so Tavion got there late, and that was really why he had trouble making the catch. So we'll see Wolverton and company with their backs up against the end zone from their own 12-yard line on 1st and 10. Mayo to the left, and they're going to throw on the first play, throw downfield, and incomplete, looking for Randolph. And we've got a defensive holding call that's coming up here, I believe. And yep, it is defensive holding.
That'll help.
As Randolph was actually being hung on to. I think maybe they saw something in the coverage, thought that they could take advantage of it. Yeah, because that was the first play. I mean, it's way out of character for this Titan team to go.
And honestly, he was wide open.
Well, it could have been if he wasn't, getting a bear hug.
No, yeah.
So that'll be a 10-yard penalty. That should be 1st and 10. I don't know why they didn't actually move the chains. I think they're going to make them do that now. Because, I mean, it's a 10-yard penalty from the. It's by definition, it's a first down. It's not from the spot of the foul or something like that on defensive holding. So one of the chain gang wants to go. The other one
doesn't.
hadn't moved yet, so yanking on them. Finally, they move the chains, and it's 1st and 10 from the 22. So that helps out the Titans quite a bit. Gives them better, essentially, starting field position. And it'll be Mayo on the carry, trying to get around the right side. Breaks a tackle up across the 30 and knocked down about the 34-yard line. David Mayo, pretty good running, as he was eventually taken down by Wright in the 3rd level. And a good, so the Titans, although one of them was by a penalty, gets a couple of first downs in the first 2 plays themselves. Pitcher's duel tonight, it looks like.
Yes.
1st and 10 from their own 34. Wolverton with a man in motion. That's Quincy Torrey on the toss. He'll take it, try and look for a way to get around, and does get around the outside, up the far sideline, knocked out of bounds at the 37. It's a pickup of 9 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 1. Good running and good decision by Torrey, as it turned out. He wanted to cut it inside, but they were just stringing him out. But once he was able to kind of get a little speed and got around the corner, he had some positive yardage.
And Joel, tonight looks like they're spreading it out a little bit.
In terms of the blocking scheme and the gaps. Yeah. Here's Torrey again on the give. He'll get a first down. About 4 yards on the carry. Up near midfield. He'll probably mark him down around the 47, so it'll be 1st and 10, still on their own side of the 50-yard line. Ray-Pec traveled well, not surprisingly, from right down the street.
They sure did.
Homecoming night, of course. We'll have some of the homecoming court for you at halftime here on 810 Varsity and LSWradio.com. Quick pass, and it's Torrey on the seam route up the middle, and that'll be good for 8 yards. Right up the hash mark into Panther territory. 2nd and 2 from the Ray-Pec 45. They're going to go with pace here. Twins on the right, or at least no huddle. Now they're going to switch out players. 2nd down and 2. Torrey in motion. They give it to Mayo. He cuts inside between the guards, as it turned out, and gets a first down and more. Inside the 40 down to the 37. Good running by Mayo. Kind of listed himself a little bit to the left to find that hole, and then managed to get himself about 8 yards. Quick snap this time, and they'll give it again to Mayo. Found another hole, same place, inside the 30.
Yeah,
close to another first down.
Yeah, offensive line's opening it up right now. And the tempo's great, too.
Well, we saw that last week for the first time, really, where they were sometimes just going right up to the line and snapping the ball, not just the no-huddle situation. So they're calling it a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Titans at the Panther 27. Wolverton from the shotgun trips on the left side. Now a man in motion is Torrey, Jackson Torrey, and he gets the call. And again, plenty of running room, gets near to the 20-yard line. Might be a yard shy, so it'll be a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. First carry of the game for Jackson Torrey. And like you said, the line and the receivers are opening holes up.
Yes, they are.
Right now.
Good on the edge blocking. And again, the tempo is kind of throwing Ray-Pec off right now.
We'll see if the Titans can overcome the fate that the Panthers suffered in their first drive. Trying to get into the red zone. They give it to Sims on the swing pass, and he will get close to a first down, maybe about a yard shy, inside the 20, down to the 18. I think he's going to be about a yard shy of a first down. It'll be 3rd down and short, and it looks like they're going to bring the jumbo package in. Be a direct snap to Quincy Torrey following the three big man. He does get hit. We'll see where they mark him. I thought he had enough for a first down.
Well,
and where they're standing, just eyeballing it, it looks like he did, but they haven't indicated that for sure yet.
That play developed very slow, didn't it?
Yeah. Although, like we've talked about before, in that sort of a situation, I think they're going to measure. And like I said, when I first eyeballed it, I thought he had it, and we still might. We'll see. But as a coach, you know, that's one of those situations where you just got to feel like, you know what? There's no trickery here. There's no anything like that. Just, you know, take the snap and get the first down.
Yeah, plus it was a high snap.
Yeah. Chain gang's been busy here in this first quarter, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
Let's see where it goes. The chains go down, and first down for the Titans. That's what I thought. So inside the red zone, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line for Lee Summit West. So Quincy Torrey will go out. Tavion Sims comes in. He'll take a wing-back position on the right. Mayo is to the left of Wolverton. Now Sims in motion, gets the toss. They're going to go with the reverse. And trying to find a hole and getting inside the 15. Pretty good stop open field by Franklin on the carry there by Miller. And Derek Miller, again, on the end around. Derek Miller. You can see that he doesn't have a ton of experience as a running back.
No.
Looking for that hole.
That's first reverse that we've seen all year.
Yeah. Miller will come out. We're down to 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 3-0 for Ray-Pec. Second down, and let's call it 7. Ball at the 15-yard line. Mayo to the right of Wolverton, trips on the left. Takes the snap, looks left side, tosses it out. Sims cuts inside, breaks a tackle.
Well, I tell you what, he made that cut, and you thought it looked like he was in.
Yeah. Well, he got an arm on him. He was able to run through it, but it did slow him down a little bit. It'll set up a third down in about 3, really a short 3. Ball's on the 10-yard line. They need the 7. Twins on the right, H back that way as well, or wing back really that way. He's in motion, that's Torrey, gives it to Quincy Torrey. Trying to go inside left tackle. He's going to be close, but I think he'll be short. And it'll set up a 4th down and 1. 4th and 1. And I think they're going to bring that jumbo package in again.
Makes it 4th and 1 for Lee Summit West.
With this time, David Mayo apparently is going to be the Wildcat back. And he'll throw it wide open, end zone, touchdown. Touchdown Titans, as he found the tight end, Moore, all by himself. Nobody covered him. And the Titans take the lead 6-3 with the extra point to come.
Very nice game plan right there. I was wondering what they had off that, because when I was there, we had a reverse back out the other side. But we also had that little jump pass, too, to the tight end.
Do we maybe see the hand of Sterling? He was always the
trick
guy.
That was Derek Howard for me.
Peacock for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is no good. 41.7 seconds left to go in the first quarter. The Titans do get on top, but they miss the extra point. 6-3 our score. We'll take a break, come back for the kickoff after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Ackport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
810 Varsity takes you through the football season like never before. Watch games live throughout Kansas and Missouri, and even postseason action at 810varsity.com. Plus live tournament brackets, top 25, Elite 81 All-Metro team, live scoreboard, stories, and more. Check out Kansas City's new home for high school sports coverage. 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out to Lee Summit West Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm. Lee Summit West on top of Ray-Pec, 6-3. 41 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. So both teams march down the field. The difference being that the Titans end up coming up with a stop on what was a fourth down touchdown run, but it was a penalty on Ray-Pec, and the Titans on their end convert.
Beautiful job.
Peacock's kick will come down at the goal line and heading up the far side, right up the hash marks, and up to the 20, maybe 21, is once again Doss. And that's where the Panthers will take over 1st and 10. They certainly didn't have any trouble moving the football.
No.
The only thing they did was shoot themselves in the foot at the 1 yard line. We'll see if the Titans defense, though, makes any adjustments on the second drive. So 36.4 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
First and 10, Raymore-Peculiar.
So Dombrowski works out of the shotgun, has a running back to his right. He gets the call. Fager trying to, or actually this is their other running back, I would say. And changes direction. A lot of speed out there.
Yeah, there was.
And manages to get about, 7-8 yards. That was DeZephan Walker, excuse me, on the carry.
Handoff was by number 28, Des Walker. 8-yard gain on the play.
I don't know what that discussion was over at the Ray-Pec sideline. But we'll get going again. Second down, let's call it 2. And it'll be Walker again on the right side with speed. He's able to get that right corner and get a first down and more across the 35 to about the 37.
And Walker's only a freshman.
Wow. With a lot of hair.
A lot of hair.
Do you ever advise players about that with regard, because football is one of the strange sports where you can pretty well do whatever you want to. If somebody chooses to wear the hair coming out the back of their helmet, you can yank them down by it.
Tackle the hair.
Yeah. And that's going to be the last play of the
we really never did have any of those issues in my 12 years.
You didn't? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I didn't.
I'm
literally me.
That's the end of the first quarter of play. And both teams scoring on one drive, but the Titans getting the touchdown and the Panthers only the field goal. 6-3 our score. Lee Summit West on top, back with the second period right after this on Titan Football. Presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com. Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm. See they're using the scoreboard a little more this time.
Getting ready for the big race here.
Okay. NASCAR's coming to town?
Well, next to it.
Okay.
5K run and walk.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They're on their own 37-yard line. They come out with trips on the left side. pistol formation. Dombrowski will hand it off, and they go with the double
down the
reverse
middle.
throw, and wide open. Doss makes the catch at the 25, 15, 10, 5, into the end zone, touchdown. Well, both teams using trick plays to get into the end zone as they go with the double reverse. It was a toss to Fager. He tossed it to Copeland, the tight end, who tossed it back to Dombrowski. He went right down the middle of the field, and I don't know that was really, I think that was more just Doss beating two defenders and running down the seam faster than anybody else.
Yeah.
I don't think they were really fooled so much by the running play as much as it probably got them late to where they needed to be. But a pretty good throw by Dombrowski. And Ray-Pec on top to try and make it 10-0. Stevenson, snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. Just underway, 11 seconds into the second quarter, and it's 10-6 with Ray-Pec on top. We'll take another break. Back for the kickoff coming up right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backporch Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
We are back here at Titan Stadium. Joel Becker and Coach Royce Bain, Lee Summit West. Ray-Pec Panthers on top of the Titans, 10-6. After a, how far?
Long way,
56-yard pass on the double reverse. Dombrowski to Doss. Stevenson with the ball teed up right in the middle of the field on the 40-yard line. You know, aside from the Titans, I think this is the first team that's actually done that, where they come from the middle of the field on these kickoffs. Titans had trouble with it the last time, high and short, and it's going to bounce, and it comes down, and on the return, right up the middle, and Miller, and it'll get up to the 25, and no further. So the Titans will take over with pretty decent field position as Nevins was on the stop. And the Titans were able to move the football the last time. Did end up in the end zone and missed an extra point. But this is only their second offensive possession with 11:44 left to go
hard.
here in the second.
Isn't that hard to believe?
Yeah.
Both teams, 2 possessions each.
Well, and that was a quick strike one, too. It could have been even longer if they had played it like the first one. So we'll see what the Titans do this time around on offense as they go trips on the left. Mayo to the left of Wolverton, one man on the right. On 1st and 10, the give is to Mayo, looking for a hole up the middle, makes his own hole as he just drives his way forward across the 30 to about the 33. It'll be a pickup of 8. 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, I'd tell you, I'm impressed with the edge blocking by the wide receivers.
Torrey in motion. He'll get the call again going off right tackle. Looks to get a first down and will as he gets across the 35 to the 36. Should move the chains. 1st and 10 Titans. So they continue to go no huddle. They don't always go quick. And we're getting whistles by the officials. Oh, because again, the chain gang is slow to catch up.
1st and 10 Titans.
Torrey again in motion. They fake it to him. Rolling to the left side is Wolverton. He will throw over the middle and up to make the catch. Miller, a great catch, comes down. And out of bounds at the 44-yard line of the Panthers. A terrific catch that time by Miller, going up high.
That was great reach. Great ups And I tell you what, playing the sideline like that was tightly put in there.
Good throw, as you say, by Wolverton. 1st and 10 in Panther territory as the Titans move in again on their second possession. They've got twins on either side. Man in motion is Sims. They give it to Mayo up the middle. He breaks a tackle and gets across the 40 to about the 38 or maybe 39, 38 yard line. Looks like the 38. It'll be a pickup of 6, 2nd down and 4. And he did a good job of breaking a tackle. One of the defensive linemen had him, and he just ran through it.
Yeah, that's just determination, keeping those legs churning.
So Titans looking over toward the sideline. Get the play in. 2nd down and 4. Trips on the right. And they'll swing it out that way towards Sims, and Tavion looking for a hole. And we get a flag as he goes out of bounds near the line of scrimmage, but I think this one's coming back. It's a hold against the Titans. So that's tends to be a drive killer. So, you know, when they do these no huddle things, they look over to the sideline, and you know, sometimes they'll use the little signs with the different picture. This game, they seem to be using coaches' signals.
They are using. It's either Rocky or Joel Stepanski there.
Did you ever, you know, if one of the assistant coaches would annoy you over the course of the week, because you notice some of the little signals that they give are not the most flattering movements for
They're not flattering.
grown men.
No.
You ever, you know, if somebody was getting on your nerves all week, give them the wing flapping.
Wing flapping.
Wolverton rolling to his left side, throwing left side, and incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Torrey, and if he had caught it, it would have maybe gone for a yard, but he bobbled it and then got hit and dropped it anyway. It'll be 3rd down and nearly 20. Ball's on the Titan 47. They need the Panther 30, like between the 35 and 34. So it's about 19.
Tyler Woods coming in the game right now.
And they need to get Randolph off, which they did. Play clock's down at 5. I think they're going to get a timeout. So with just under 10 minutes left to go in the first half, the Titans will burn their first timeout. Try and figure out, dig into the playbook and find their 3rd and 19 play.
Mark, did I ever tell you that Larry Freevert's a tall doctor? Tall man.
You might have mentioned that. So, you know, we talked about that a little bit earlier, the Titans using the trick play on the touchdown pass. And I said maybe elements of Sterling. I'm guessing that was actually a Willie Horn special right there, but I don't know that for a fact. But yeah, you said Derek was
Derek was the man that did that one.
Yeah.
I
don't know, you liked the fake punts. I remember
Absolutely.
that. Either the snaps or the upback, or there were a few times where your punter was just such a good athlete, where it was like just snap at him and let him go.
Let him go.
Well, 3rd and 19. There was a time in which sometimes you would even do a quick kick on a situation like this because it's 3rd and 19. Back to throw, though. Wolverton, swing pass. It is caught down the far sideline. That's going to be a first down.
Wow.
And more as Tavion Sims is showing a lot of speed. And what the key to that one was, it was an absolutely perfect throw.
It was.
You had to hit him right in stride, and he did.
Wolverton did a great job there getting that ball to him.
He didn't throw it hard.
No.
Because that's the thing. You throw that hard, and he's got to, you know, concentrate on catching it, and he probably slows him down. But the little lob throw that he did was just right in stride. And they convert on 3rd and 19 all the way down to the 24 of the Panthers. Wolverton looking left side again, will throw incomplete. Not sure which of the two of them he was looking for. There was Torrey and Sims both in the area. And that's always an indication that the play might not have been exactly what you were hoping it was going to be when you can't tell who the throw was to.
No, and you can tell he was confused. He's going back to Wolverton saying, was that for me?
So stops the clock with 9:31 left to go in the second quarter. Titans trailing 10-6. 2nd and 10 from the 24-yard line. Man in motion, and it'll be a give. Quincy Torrey up the middle.
Yeah, offensive line's really doing a good job tonight at opening the holes.
Yeah, even just right in between the
Yes,
guards.
the guards, right. And that's something that we haven't seen very much of.
Yeah, there have been a lot of times where Mayo has not had anywhere to go when they give him those up the middle runs. That time it was Torrey, as I mentioned.
Oh.
Looks like they'll change the play here on 3rd and 6. Play clock is at 12, so still plenty of time. Trips, really twins on the right with an H-back over there, and that's Quincy. Mayo to the right. Wolverton takes a snap. He will swing it out, and it's going to be Sims again, but not this time, as he'll get to the 20, but no further. Probably lost a yard and set up 3rd down. Well, it's 4th and 5, so they gave him a yard to the 20.
4th and 5 for the Titans.
And doesn't look like they're interested in well, maybe they will send Peacock. No. It is the kicking team that's coming on for a potentially 35 or so yard field goal. Actually, this would be a 37-yarder. Play clock's down to 10, setting things up from the right hash mark. Snap is high, they get it down, the kick is up. It's high, it's long, and it is good. So they cut the lead but don't tie the game because of the missed extra point.
Right.
10-9 is now our score. 8 minutes exactly left to go in the first half. We will take a break, come back for the kickoff after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out to Lee Summit, Missouri, Titan Stadium at Lee Summit West High School. Joel Becker along with Coach Roy Spame. Lee Summit West and Ray-Pec Panthers with the 1-point lead, 10-9 over the Titans. So at least they cut the lead to 1. Peacock from the 40-yard line steps into one here and will kick it, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. 8 minutes left to go, so we've played a quarter and a half or so. What are your thoughts?
Well, I tell you what, if would have made that extra point, be a 10-10 tie.
Yep.
Which, once again, I mean, Lee Summit West is in the ball game. I mean, they're still in the ball game.
Yeah.
Ray-Pec, I'm a little shocked. I thought they were a little bit more high-powered offense, especially after showing what they showed coming down the field right off the opening kickoff.
Well, you mentioned, of course, that the Titans do have a strong defense this year, and it is a give up the middle. Ooh, just barely tripping them up there at the last second, or that could have gone a long way. That was, once again, Des Walker. And
pretty impressive as a freshman.
Yeah. And like I said, he had one man to beat, and that could have gone a long way. He still ended up getting 5 yards, second down from the 25. Back to throw. Dombrowski airs one out down the far side. It is caught. Well, actually, he dropped it anyway, but I believe he would have been out of bounds regardless, as he was looking downfield for Riddell. And that was just one of those things where it was decent coverage over there.
Was.
But a perfect throw would have been a catch. But I think had he actually hung on to it, he was out of bounds anyway. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. They go Twins on the left, one man on the right. Dombrowski over the middle. He's got Doss. It's going to be caught. He did go backwards, but he'll get the first down, regardless, up to the 33-yard line. And Dombrowski's favorite target of the day makes another catch. 1st and 10 from their own 33.
God, flying objects.
Is that a drone?
That is a drone.
Yeah. I've been noticing it for a while.
Yes, I have too.
Is it getting footage, I wonder?
Well,
Give Fager. He bounces off one tackle, being forced outside. Good job by Huffman that time to force him into the Titan bench area. He's still got a few yards on the play. So he'll pick up maybe 3 to the 36. It'll be 2nd and 7.
well, I'm not for sure if that's Ray-Pec or if
Yeah, I don't know.
that's Lee Summit West.
Somebody obviously has control over it. You know, the thing is, of course.
It looks like Ray-Pec.
Yeah. Is that Ray-Pec? I thought that's our overflow area, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
That might be ours.
Dombrowski throws on the far side. It is caught. And breaking a tackle going up the far sideline. Still on his feet. Could go to the house. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. If he didn't step out of bounds, it'll be a touchdown. It's Riddell on the catch. Touchdown Ray-Pec. Well, you were talking about that quick strike offense, and that's the second time now we've had a 50-plus yard pass, although, you know, the pass itself was only about, 10 yards downfield. Most of that was running after the fact.
Oh, my gosh. Was that Braden Copeland? Is that who that was?
The guy who made the catch?
Yeah.
No, it was Riddell, 23.
23.
Stevenson to attempt the extra point.
6'5", 220.
Yeah. Extra point, snap back, ball down. Ooh, they came after it. Almost got to it. It did. Was no good. Second time, I think both kickers kind of heard the hoofbeats, as they say, and managed to miss an extra point. So 16-9, the Titans back to within 7 after the touchdown and missed extra point. We'll take a break, come back for the kickoff after this on Titan Football. A presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com. Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm, Lee Summit West, and Ray-Pec. And we keep going back and forth, although technically the Titans didn't have the lead after their last score. But the Panthers took a 1-point lead into a 7-point lead, 16-9 our score with 7:02 left to go in the first half. 2 straight possessions now for the Panthers with 60-plus yard touchdown passes to finish off, 63 and 64 yards respectively.
Those are weapons.
I guess so. The returns have been a little bit of an adventure so far on these kickoffs. Stevenson with the ball teed up the 40-yard line in the middle of the field. He's been kicking them high and short. He does so again. This time it'll come down and be caught about the 11-yard line. Tavion Sims trying to go up the middle, out to the right side, cuts up the hash mark, gets across the 30 to about the 32. One of the better returns of the year for the Titans. Somebody was upset about something.
Yeah.
And the Titans will have good field position to start things off.
You're just waiting for one of those to pop. He hits the seam so dadgum hard.
That did seem to be a pretty regular occurrence back in the days where you were roaming the sidelines. along with Coach Hubbard.
Yep.
On special teams. 1st and 10 from the 32. Titans come out with trips on the left, one man on the right, Mayo in the backfield. Jackson Torrey in motion. And it'll be a give to Mayo up the middle, trying to go between the guards again. He was hit, but falls forward up to the 35. It'll be a gain of really, let's call it 4 at the 36. 2nd down and 6. Clock running with 6:40 left to go in the second quarter. Titans could tie it up with another touchdown drive here. Scored on their first, then kicked a field goal. This is their 3rd possession. They toss it out, and it is caught down the near side seam. Miller, and he'll get again up around the 45-yard line of the Panthers. That'll be good for about, let's see, what, about 25 yards or so.
Nice blocking on that screen, wide receiver screen.
So both teams have shown a propensity for moving the football. Sometimes in large chunks. It's Mayo up the middle, big hole. And boy, if he could have gotten by one more guy, there was an awful lot of green turf in front of him.
So how did you really feel last week without us? Did you miss us?
Of course. I was wishing I was in Jamaica. Mayo on the give over right tackle, hurdles one man. Somebody lost a helmet. It's a Ray-Pec player, and he's going to be close to a first down. I think he'll be about a yard shy. And it will set up a 3rd down and less than a yard, really half a yard from there. Fisher flipping lost the helmet. He had to come off for a play, and they go up the middle, and plenty of yards for a first down, but shaken up on the play, Quincy Torrey. He is definitely in some sort of pain. I'm not sure exactly what it was he hit. Looks like it might be an ankle or a knee. Tried to get up and now is down again.
Yeah, but I tell you what, he was running hard.
Got the first down, and once again, another big hole right up the middle for the Titans front 5, but you don't like to see that.
No, we don't. Especially when they're our key players.
When it first happened, the way he was reacting to it, I thought maybe he like caught one on the chin or something. You know, sometimes a helmet will get under there, or sometimes even a fingernail or something like that, and it can be really painful.
Very painful.
But after he got up and the way he was hobbling, I think it's more likely it's a knee or an ankle.
Yeah, that looks like they're working on that ankle.
And if I had to guess, I'd say somebody probably rolled on it. I don't think he twisted it, because he went down pretty well straight down. So I'm guessing somebody came down on it or something like that. Although I guess he's going to walk off mostly under his own power. Hopefully they just tape it up and he'll be okay. But we'll see. 1st and 10 Titans from inside the 30-yard line. They got the ball down at the 28. 5:18 left to go in the first half of play. Titans trying to drive down the field.
He got better once he was walking off the field. What's that? What'd you say? Oh.
All right, so 1st and 10 Titans from the 28 of the Panthers. Twins on either side. Man in motion is Sims. They give it to Mayo, and he makes a hole up the middle again and pushes forward inside the 25 down around the 22. It'll be a pickup of 6 and set up a 2nd down and 4. And once again, making his own holes up the middle there for David Mayo. That was a pretty good opening, but he had to break a tackle and did a good job with the power running.
No, I think he's running much better this week.
So 2nd down and 4. Jackson Torrey takes the position, wing out on the right. It's Sims on the left. Mayo, and they'll give it to Jackson Torrey. He was tripped up. And back to the original line of scrimmage, no gain, 3rd down and 4. Good penetration that time by the Panthers front 4, and that broke that up before it could get going.
Sorry, Joel, I get distracted. I keep looking on the sideline, watching what other coaches are doing and players are doing, so I apologize if I went silent on you there.
It's okay. It's probably my fault. I pointed out the whole wing thing. 3rd down and 4. Twins on the right. One man on the left. Wolverton will toss it to Sims, looking for an opening, and he's not going to make it. There's a flag at the very end.
That's usually holding.
Yeah,
Offensive
either
lineman.
holding or a face mask, but where it is, I'm going to guess you're right that it's holding.
Yeah, usually whenever that white hat toes it.
The question is, do you take it if you're the Panthers? Because, I mean, the Titans are in really possibly 4-down territory, and it would be a 4th down and about maybe 2 or 3, or it's going to be a 3rd down and like 13. Looks like they are going to take it. They also probably putting them out of field goal range to do it that way.
That's exactly what they're doing.
So it will be 3rd and 13, but they have a shot at, if they can get somewhere close to 10 yards back, they at least would be back in field goal range. And they did convert a 3rd and 19 earlier. Trips on the right side after the penalty, 3rd and 13. Rolling right is Wolverton. Looking to throw, throws, and is incomplete. Are they going to call this a catch?
They caught him.
They're talking about it. One official says it's a catch. It's Randolph, and they gave it to him. I don't want to sound sour grapes or anything like that, but if it were me, that would have been an incomplete pass.
Because that was truly intercepted.
It should have been. Literally right in 2 hands of the linebacker Nevins over there. He dropped it, and then Damon Randolph was able to manage to get the hands under it. And here's Sims on the swing pass on the left side, trying to get around the corner toward the pylon.
Stepped out of bounds.
They're going to say he was out of bounds, but where? One of the side guys standing way back at the
7?
8-yard line. I think that's where they're going to put him down, about the 7. So it'll be 2nd down from there, 2nd and short. I sure thought that ball hit the ground before he grabbed it.
Too.
On the give, Mayo trying to fight forward toward the end zone. He gets to inside the 1. And that's as much forward progress as he'll get, but it'll be a 1st and goal from the 1. And Titans head up, 1st and goal. Snap, give, Jackson Torrey, touchdown. Touchdown Titans. From 1 yard out, Jackson Torrey, and once again opening up that hole between the guards.
Yeah,
over right
that's
tackle.
Been something new this game.
That allowed him to get in relatively easily. He might have done it anyway, but now the Titans, after the missed extra point, have a chance to tie it up with the extra point themselves. 16-15, Will Peacock to try and tie it. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and it is good. So with 2:45 left to go in the first half, the Titans have tied this game at 16 apiece. We will take a break, come back for the kickoff after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backcourt Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
810 Varsity takes you through the football season like never before. Watch games live throughout Kansas and Missouri, and even postseason action at 810varsity.com. Plus live tournament brackets, top 25, Elite 81 All-Metro team, live scoreboard, stories, and more. Check out Kansas City's new home for high school sports coverage, 810varsity.com.
2:45 left to go here in the first half of play. Lee Summit West, Ray-Pec all knotted up at 16 apiece after the Titans drive down the field, finish off with a Jackson Torrey 1-yard run. Will Peacock extra point makes it 16-all. Will Peacock with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line right in the middle of the field. After you saw that first drive by Ray-Pec, if somebody had told you with less than 2 minutes to go in the first half it would be tied, you'd have probably taken that.
Yes.
From the 3-yard line, heading up the middle of the field, and boy, this is going to be a good run back, breaking a tackle up at the 40, 45, 50, down the far sideline. He'll cut inside 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Panthers. I don't see any laundry on the field. Des Walker.
And I'm going to say it again. That's one hell of a freshman.
I don't know that anybody got laid a hand on him the whole time. And just like that, with 2.5 minutes left to go, the Panthers back on top by a touchdown. That was one of the first kicks by Will that didn't go into the end zone. And as it turned out, Ray-Pec made him pay. Stevenson for the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick up. High, long, and it is good. Titans came after it. But
that one.
Yeah, didn't quite get there. 2.5 minutes left to go. In the first half, it is now 23-16 in favor of Ray-Pec. Kickoff after this on Titan Football. Presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com. Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Bain. We got to correct ourselves.
Sorry about
that. It was Doss on the return. Jalen Doss, number 5.
Yeah, who's a senior that I think he's committed to the University of Missouri. Was not the freshman, number 28.
Yeah,
My bad.
I thought. I mean, they're both real tall players, and kind of have similar running styles, and both obviously have some fleet of foot. But that'll go down as a 97-yard kickoff return. And I would recommend not kicking it back to him later on. So Stevenson with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line, middle of the field. 23-16 our score. Panthers on top of the Titans. Maybe we can return the favor. How about it, Tavion? He's got it at the 8-yard line, right up the middle of the field, breaks a couple of tackles and gets hit hard as he gets to the 28-yard line. So a good return, but not exactly a touchdown. And boy, that's the second straight time that he has had a good return, but boy, has he got smacked when he got to the end of the...
Popped really good.
Yeah. But has popped right back up. So. Well, this would be interesting now. Titans with 2 timeouts and 2:25 left to go, trailing by 7. Ball on their own 28-yard line. They've been able to move the ball, but they haven't had generally the big chunks like Ray-Pec has had with two 60-plus yard passes and a kickoff return of 97 yards. It'll be Mayo going up the middle, and this time not much room. He'll get positive yards, but only maybe a yard or 2. And it'll set up second down and long.
I think it's about time for one of their little passes here.
1 yard gain on the play. Makes it 2nd and 9 for the Titans.
Maybe play action. Torrey will go in motion over to the right side, become the 3rd receiver over on that side. Back to throwing. It is Miller makes the catch, but wasn't able to break a tackle, and it'll be good for about 4 more yards and set up a 3rd down and a long 5 or a short 6. Balls at the 32. Titans back to throw is Wolverton. He'll throw near side, and Miller makes the catch, breaks the tackle this time, and he'll get the 1st down and more up near midfield. They had him for behind the yard to gain, but he managed to bounce off the tackle and comes up the near sideline and gets the 1st down. So Derek Miller having a day. And I think we're going to get our 2nd time out for the Titans as they get the ball into Panther territory at the Ray-Pec 49. 1:21 left to go in the first half, trailing by a touchdown. So quite a difference in 2 catches for number 12 there. First one he kind of stands there with the ball.
He did.
Until somebody tackles him, and then the second time he gets hit nearly immediately but manages to kind of bounce off of it and then was able to get another 10-12 yards on the play.
And then was able to motion a 1st down.
So
times have changed.
I don't know, would you have liked to have seen 15-yard penalty, unsportsmanlike celebration?
Well, but no, I wouldn't have, but still. Kids shouldn't be doing that.
No. I'm not even so sure how much the NFL players should be doing it.
Nope.
So 1st and 10. And on play action, they toss it out to Sims coming down the near sideline. He'll go out of bounds inside the 45. At about the 44, well, they really only gave him the 45. So pick up, let's call it 5, 2nd down and 5 from there. Yeah, the reason I don't really have a problem, in pro football, I don't have a problem with any kind of celebration because it's pros and, you know, they can do whatever they want, and I don't see that it's an issue. But the ones that bug me is when they're just routine 1st downs and they act like they just won the Super Bowl. It's like, act like you've been there before.
Right.
So back to throw, Wolverton looking left side, throw in left side, and it's incomplete. There was some contact over there. I don't know if that had been a catchable ball.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know who would have been guilty, though. I don't know if that would have gone down as defensive or even offensive pass. It looked to me like Derek actually kind of sort of swung him out of his way. Might have been offensive pass interference. I don't know. But anyway, 3rd down and 5. Doesn't matter because, like I said, Wolverton's throw was not really catchable. Clock is stopped with 1:13 left to go. Titans need to convert here if they can on 3rd and 5. Trips on the right side. And throwing over the middle. It is caught, juggled but caught. And Randolph will get the 1st down inside the 35, down about the 32. The chains will move. The Titans, looks like they may spike the ball here. We'll see. Nope, back to throw Wolverton, looking left side, throwing left side, and it is incomplete. Over on the near sideline, he was looking for Miller, who thought he caught the ball, but the officials say no. He may have caught it out of bounds.
Yeah.
Just under a minute left to go.
Because he was arguing his case right there.
He clearly thought he had the catch, and he probably did catch it, but the official was right there and called it incomplete, I'm assuming that he was ruling that he was out of bounds. 2nd and 10. Wolverton with twins on the right. On the delay, they give it to Mayo up the middle and trying to go outside, and he'll run out of bounds around the 25-yard line, saving the Titans' last timeout. Stops the clock with 54.5 seconds left to go. It'll be 3rd down and 4 after the incomplete and the draw play. Wolverton with trips on the right. Looks right side, tosses it out for Sims, and that was read very well and blown up. And Sims made the catch, but the Titans will use that last timeout. I'm not so sure about that. Johnson came up, Javen Johnson, to blow that play up, and it was a really well sniffed out play. I don't know if Tavion would have been able to, get a first down or not, but he ends up losing. Titans are in a position now where, it would be about a 47-yard attempt. I don't think that's something they're likely going to try. So I don't know.
I would try to get a first down here and kind of.
Well, and that's the thing. On 4th and 8, you can go for the first down. The only drawback is if you don't make it, you're letting a team that we know can strike real quick have the ball with 45 seconds left to go, or around 40 seconds left. But, can't make an omelet if you don't crack a few eggs, right? A game like this, you're just going to have to take some chances, is the thing.
Yeah.
And if they work out, great. And if they don't, then that's what it is. So after the timeout, Titans have none left. 4th and 8. Ball on the 30. They need the 22. They go with Twins on the right. Torrey in motion to the right side as well. Trying to set up a screen going back to the left side. Wood, who makes the catch, but has nowhere to go and gets knocked down for a huge loss back to the 40-yard line. As it turns out, he would have been better off dropping the ball.
Yeah.
And because not only does Ray-Pec get the ball back, but they get it back at their own 39-yard line, so only 61 yards away. And really, it looked like Stevenson does have, doesn't have a huge leg, but he has enough of one where they get the ball down to the 20-yard line.
Put some points on the board.
Yeah, they might be able to. The Titans get the ball to start off the second half. 39.3 seconds showing on the clock. 23-16 our score. Ray-Pec on top of Lee Summit West. Dombrowski back to throw. Throws over the middle. It is caught by his tight end up the middle, Copeland. And he will get up to about the 42.
I think they're going to try to score. What do you think?
I'd say so. Surprised they didn't call their timeout. Surprised it's taken them so long to get the clock started again. They did. 30 seconds left to go. Dombrowski near side, and it is caught again. Rettel, and working toward the middle, and he's hit and tackled, and this time they will call their timeout. They've got 2 more to go. They hadn't called one yet, so that was why I was surprised they didn't just burn one. It'll be a pickup of 6, second down and 4. 21.3 seconds left to go. They're certainly looking for points, but I would imagine they're looking for the end zone.
Yeah, a lot of these names on the Ray-Pec Panther roster very familiar because I coached their dads over at Belton.
And they've moved out south.
And they've moved. They've gotten the heck out of Belton.
Any Files remnants left over? That completely been erased at this point.
It's been all erased. Doggone it.
So second down, we'll call it about 4. Ball's on the 37-yard line of the Titans. Dombrowski back to throw. He's getting a rush for about the first time in the game. Decides to scramble with it. He'll head toward the sideline and run out of bounds at about the 31. Pickup of a couple. And it'll be good enough for a first down. Up to the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. So pick up about 5 on that play. Clock is stopped with 14 seconds left to go. If they're going to try a field goal, they really only have time for maybe 1 or 2 passes here. Now they can throw it anywhere because they do have the timeouts, and they do throw it, and it's caught and out of bounds inside the 20 down to about the 17 with 5.4 seconds left to go. So here's the thing. You can either, at this point, bring your kicker out to try a field goal, or you can go for the end zone. I don't think you really don't have a whole lot of time with 5.4 seconds left to go to set up, a short pass. So I think they're going to bring the kicker out now. So Stevenson will put the tee down at the 24. It'll be a 34-yard attempt. I think they're going to call timeout. Well, maybe not. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, the Ray-Pec did call timeout. Their second with 5.4 seconds left to go. Just give their kicker a chance to get set up because it was kind of getting rushed there. There's really no wind tonight. Cool temperatures. Ball ought to fly pretty good in the 50-degree air out there. The key to this is that it would make it a 2-score game. So the Titans would not have the ability to come out in the second half and tie the game up.
Mark, have you started looking at district play yet? Rankings or anything like that?
We were doing that just before we got here. What do you want to know? I believe we'll make the playoffs.
You mean we'll get a trophy?
All right, field goal attempt from 34 yards out from the left hash mark. You never know if they could fake it. They put it down. They get the kick up. It is high, it is long, and it is good. Technically, there's 0.3 seconds left to go. What is this, the Staley guy here?
No kidding.
So they're going to make, the thing about that is it does make them have to kick the ball off. And so they have one opportunity here for a run back. That's what I just said. So 26-16. It's funny, we've been back and forth the whole time, and when all was said and done, it's back to another 10-point lead for Ray-Pec by the time the half is over. All the work they did to take the lead back at one point, tie it up at one point, and now they've given them back their 10-point lead. I don't know, is that Tavion Sims' dad that's running the clock, maybe? No. So, don't forget at halftime, we will do our best to get you the homecoming court presentation from right here at Titan Stadium. If you want to tune in on 810varsity.com or lswradio.com. I imagine there'll be one or two people that may actually watch it on an archive afterwards. So I imagine we'll see a squib kick here. But could you imagine if he kicks it out the back of the end zone, then we have to run a play?
Oh, no. Come on. Keep it short.
I'm sure we'll get a squib. And that is, in fact, the case. And it is taken at about the 28 and up to maybe the 42. And that will end the first half of play. 24 minutes of football in the books. Ray-Pec with the 26-16 lead as we head to the locker rooms. We'll take a break and come back with all of our halftime festivities right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
It started when a friend asked an ex-cop a simple question.
Got a gun?
Unfortunately, almost nothing is as simple as it may seem. Soon, David Allen Crockett found himself in a world he thought he'd left behind. A world of murder, deceit, treachery, and the possibility of the finest love he would ever know. All he had to do was survive. Don't miss Call Me Crockett, the new novel from David Lewis. Available from Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, and select Borders bookstores.
All right, I got a message for you. Radio is the way to go if you want to advertise. Targeting your customers, any shape or size. Radio is a perfect way to tell them who and where you are. They listen at work, they listen at home, and you got them in that car. You've got to go with radio when you want to advertise. Here we go. Watch me now. Hard rock and soft rock and easy listening too. Up and down the dialer formats just for you. Country, classic, talk, and gospel stations. Every market across the land has got a station for your situation. The cost is low, and radio is theater of the mind. You can present your information with imagination. If you want to get your message across the airways with radio. Call them. They will come right over. Remember, you got to go with radio when you want to advertise. There are lots of stations just your size.
We are at halftime here at Titan Stadium. It's homecoming. This is the homecoming game. Lee Summit West taking on Ray-Pec, trailing 26-16, and we promised you some homecoming festivities, and so as soon as they're ready to go, we'll bring our. Do you know the PA announcer? Do you know his name?
I'm not for sure what his name is.
So we'll bring you. Here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is homecoming here at Lee Summit West, and at this time, we'd like to announce our homecoming royalty. Our first freshman attendant is Ella Watson. She is being escorted by Christy and Greg Watson. Ella plays volleyball for the Titans and is a member of the Titan Harmony, West Side Stage, and Student Senate. Ladies and gentlemen, Ella Watson. Our next freshman attendant is Grady Mortensen. He is being escorted by Chandra and Mark Mortensen. Grady is a team captain for the freshman football team, wrestles, and is a member of the Bass Fishing Club. Ladies and gentlemen, Grady Mortensen. Our first sophomore attendant is Allie Cross. She is being escorted by Janelle and Matt Cross. Allie is a member of Student Senate, Titan Student Fellowship, Titan Harmony, Advanced Treble Choir, Spanish Honor Society, and the band. Our next sophomore attendant is Nick Newbold. He is being escorted by Michael and Jennifer Newbold. Nick plays football and basketball for the Titans. Our first junior attendant is Sydney Laird. She is being escorted by Christine and Douglas Laird. Sydney is a member of Una Voce and the first chair viola in chamber orchestra. She is also involved in theater and West Side Stage. Our next junior attendant is Burhan Mohammed. He is being escorted by Mohammed and Bushra Mohammed. Burhan plays tennis for the Titans and is the girls' tennis manager. He is also a member of Youth and Government and the Clash of the Clans Club. Our first queen candidate is Aliyah Azam. She is being escorted by Samara Sultan and Wasim Azam. Aliyah is the president of Harmony Council and Girls United. She also serves on the leadership team for the Kindness Council and National Honor Society. Aaliyah is also enrolled in the IBCP program. Her favorite high school memories come from the late nights spent in Mrs. Ireland's room. Aaliyah is thankful for a place to keep it real and having fun. Our next queen candidate is Ella Cox. She is being escorted by Jesse and Eric Cox. Ella plays softball for the Titans and is a member of FBLA, Titan Legacy, and Youth in Government. Her favorite memory as a Titan is winning a state championship in softball. Our next queen candidate is Riley Elliott. She is being escorted by Brandy and Keith Elliott. Riley is a captain of the West Side Girls Dance Team, FBLA president, and she is a member of Una Voce, Varsity Debate, Titan Legacy, and National Honor Society. Riley's favorite high school memory is dancing on the Nationals floor one last time with some of her best friends. Our next queen candidate is Hannah Wood. She is being escorted by Chad and Trish Wood. Hannah is the co-captain of the varsity cheer team, member of Una Voce and concert choir. Hannah also plays varsity lacrosse. Hannah's favorite memory from her time at West is cheering under the lights on Friday nights. Our last queen candidate is Marche Madden. She is being escorted by her mother, Camille Childs. Marche is the president of Harmony Council, and she is a member of Black Student Union and Kindness Council. Her favorite high school memory is wearing her afro to school for the first time. Our first king candidate is William Brown. He is being escorted by Dale and Bonnier Brown. Will is secretary of Black Student Union and a member of the National Art Society. He is also a manager for girls volleyball and plays on the boys volleyball team. Will's favorite memory as a Titan is winning first place in the Ray-Pec art competition. Our next king candidate is Bryce Hillen. He is being escorted by Jody and Adam Hillen. At West, Bryce is a member of Student Senate, FBLA, DECA, Titan Legacy, and the 12th Man. His favorite memory from high school is all the football games he has attended over the years. Our next king candidate is Sam Mathis. He is being escorted by Carol and Mike Mathis. Sam runs cross country and track for the Titans. He is also a member of the Future Business Leaders of America, and he is the community service liaison for Student Senate. Sam's favorite memory from his time at West is whitewater rafting in a lightning storm during a cross-country trip. Our next king candidate is Tucker Selby. He is being escorted by Emily and Tyler Selby. Tucker plays football for the Titans and is a member of National Honor Society and Titan Legacy. He is also the editor of the yearbook. Tucker's favorite memory as a Titan is Friday Night Lights. Our final king candidate is Lance Weigel. He is being escorted by Rick and Ann Weigel. Lance is a member of the National Honor Society and is the president of Titan Legacy. He also plays football and baseball for the Titans. His favorite high school memory was a super long spring break his freshman year. This afternoon at the Pep Assembly, we crowned William Brown as this year's homecoming king. Congratulations, Will. Now it is time to crown the 2022 homecoming queen. Queen candidates, please step forward. Your 2022 homecoming queen is Marche Madden. Congratulations, Marche. And all of our homecoming royalty for 2022.
Well, there you go, our homecoming courts and representatives here at halftime. 26-16 our score, with Ray-Pec on top of Lee Summit West. You want to do our halftime numbers now, or you want to take a quick break and get back to it?
I would love to, so I can calm down.
So,
jeez.
Take a break, or
no? I'll go now.
Okay.
All right. Well, I tell you what, Joel's already said this several times. Score right now is 26-16, Ray-Pec, and on the ground, it's pretty close. Total offense for Ray-Pec's 283, Lee Summit West 259. Passing game, and again, they've had two big passes. Ray-Pec has, and gone for 227 yards. Lee Summit West 144.
Suddenly almost became Belton.
Got me that flustered already. Rushing, Lee Summit West 115 to Ray-Pec's 56, and that right there surprises me a little bit, because Ray-Pec's always been known for their running game.
Well, they have definitely changed their offensive focus the last few years,
right.
But this one in particular.
Right. Penalties, each team has 2. Time of possession, well, this is where it gets you. Ray-Pec 7:47. Lee Summit West 15:51. But again, though, that's where those two big plays came into effect, and has really just changed the game. First downs, Lee Summit West 17, Ray-Pec 12. Like I said, I mean, it's kind of pretty well even.
Well, again, the game was relatively even in terms of, right now there's a 10-point difference, but I mean, it was kind of back and forth throughout. The Titans were able to get a stop on the first initial drive,
right,
and kept them to a field goal, and actually had a lead briefly, and then eventually found themselves down by 10 and came back to tie it up, and now they're down by 10 again.
Yeah, and again, that's just how quick Ray-Pec hits and attacks. I mean, two big passes, a big kickoff return,
yeah.
and man, that's a swing of a game.
Well, and it's like what which Coach Horns was talking about in the pregame conversation, that and what we both kind of went over. He said about limiting the mistakes,
right.
and I think that they've actually done a relatively good job of that. They didn't give up these touchdowns because of a ton of mistakes. It was really more along the line of Ray-Pec executing really well, and that was the point, was that you have to capitalize on what opportunities you do have, because the team you're playing against is going to do exactly what they're doing, which is make good on their opportunities that they have.
No, you're exactly right there, man. But I don't know. Execution on that kickoff return. Kickoff could have did a little better job of.
Could have been deeper.
Yep. Honestly, he'd been in the end zone.
Yeah, every other time.
And now, for one time, he's not in the end zone, and he takes it back to the house.
Yeah. So, and then again, the first long touchdown pass, there was a little misdirection on the double reverse. But again, I didn't think that was why it worked. I thought that it was just Doss outrunning. Maybe the safety didn't get there as quickly as he might have if they hadn't have done the double reverse.
Right.
But still, I'm not sure that he wouldn't have been open anyway.
Yeah, and that's just the tough thing about not having replay in high school, that we can't go back and really.
We can when the game's over.
I know we can do that, but then
back to 810varsity.com.
Then we don't have anything to talk about now. Not unless we have Spectrum here, and then we can watch their replays.
Do they still do that?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I haven't seen them in a while, have we?
Yeah, no, we haven't.
So anyway, we are at halftime. 26-16 is the score. We're going to take a break, and I imagine we'll start seeing the kids making their way back onto the field, get themselves warmed up, and we'll see what the Titans can do in the second half. When we come back, Coach Boehm will have calmed down a little bit more. The blood pressure will be down. He'll be remembering his vacation time in Jamaica, and we'll talk about maybe what the Titans can do in the second half to get themselves back in the game. They'll get the ball to start things off. So 26-16 our score here at halftime on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
Oh, shoot. What's the matter, Pop? Your mother's off at Taekwondo practice, and she says she wants me to find a hobby by this summer.
Well, why not play baseball, Dad?
Softball? I don't want to play softball.
Not softball, Dad. Baseball.
I don't even like softball,
Dad,
son, the way they just toss the ball in there.
Dad.
And I used to be a catcher.
Dad.
In softball, I just feel like a backstop.
Dad.
What?
I'm not talking about softball. I'm talking about baseball, Dad. You know, hardball.
Really? They have baseball for people my age?
Sure, Pop. The Kansas City Men's Senior Baseball League.
Well, now, I'm no spring chicken anymore, son. I don't want to play with all you young teenagers, you know.
I'm 35, Pop.
You are?
They have leagues for people both our ages. They have 18 and over, 28 and over, even 38 and over leagues.
Wonder if I still have my old mitt.
The Kansas City Men's Senior Baseball League, 913-649-2942.
I think your mother used it while training those tigers.
Call them. They'll get you all signed up. 913-649-2942.
649-2942. Good. As soon as your mother gets home from bungee jumping, I'll tell her.
Oh, great, Pop. She'll be so happy.
Oh.
What?
Well, when she gets happy, she might take it out on me.
Oh, Dad.
Are you looking for a heartwarming and unique gift? Consider master storyteller David Lewis's Memories CD collection. Warm memories of the cold. 9 of David's best memories of sleds, snow, Grandpa on ice, 34 degrees below, skates, and Christmas. Hooves, paws, wings, and claws. 13 recollections of cats, horses, dogs, birds, a misguided vet, and a bobcat that stuck to the wall. Just folks. 13 memories of the Witch in the Woods and other captivating people, gone but not forgotten. And you had to be there. 14 heartwarming tales like Fantasy on the Porch, An Ox Out of His Box, A Foot Fetish Catfish, and more. Recollecting times, places, people, and events in David's life you simply have to hear for yourself. David's CDs are available online at memoriescds.com. You can hear audio clips at the website. That's memoriescds.com. Why not buy the gift that can be enjoyed over and over? David Lewis's Memories CD collection, a touch of the heartland for your family. New from David Lewis and Lettered Press, Blood Trail. Tired of his life and weary of his sins, Joseph Casey places his fate in the hands of medical researchers. A Nosferatu in the power of mere humans, he asks for only one thing in return: help to find his 14-year-old daughter, a young woman he hasn't seen in over 150 years. Funny, tragic, and hopeful, Blood Trail moves the readers with compelling characters, viable science, and a marvelous plot. Blood Trail by David Lewis at Kansas City area Walden Books now.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Welcome back live here at Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm, Lee Summit West, and Ray-Pec. And the Titans trailing the Panthers by 10, 26-16, our halftime score. The players back on the field, warming things up. For the first time this year, that actually it means exactly what it says, because it's actually chilly out there.
Very chilly out there.
And good football weather. And so, Coach, you've seen speeches on television and stuff like that. What do you suppose that the coaching staff might have been telling the players at halftime? You know, they find themselves in a situation where they're down by 10. I mean, you got the ball, though. You know, you drive down the field and get a score. Whatever the score is, it's a one-score game at that point. But, I mean, you know, what do you tell them about this? I mean...
Oh, I think the big thing you tell them now is, you guys, you're in the game. You're in the game. Some people out there expected a blowout, and that's not what's happening right now. It's a fist fight. We're still in it. We're still in it to win it. And, you know, and a lot's going to be said here coming out here first possession for Lee Summit West, you know, because they get the ball coming out. And hopefully they can get the ball down the field and score and kind of get some momentum changed, movement.
Well, you know, and let's talk a little bit about that whole idea of momentum. This has been an odd game in that we have not had a single punt in the entire game, and we have not had a single turnover in the entire game.
Very true.
So there really hasn't been a huge swing in momentum. Both teams, the biggest momentum changes there have been has been when a team didn't get in the end zone. You know, the opening drive
because of a penalty.
Yeah, in that case, and then but the Titans also had to settle for a field goal one of their drives and so on and so forth. But aside from that, you know, again, we're still waiting for a team to really take the game by the horns, so to speak.
Very true. Very true. And just talking to Mark at halftime, he's telling us that this is the worst tackling Ray-Pec team that he's ever seen. And I think we need to take advantage of that.
Even when he was there?
I guess.
He was on the defensive side of things, wasn't he? I thought he always had to do it all by himself.
He did. It was all about him. Was that a heck of a Monday night or a Thursday night football last night? Did you watch any of that?
That had to have been the worst NFL game, I think.
9-9, no touchdowns, overtime.
Overtime. With two quarterbacks that were paid a ton of money to be god awful for a year.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I actually mentioned that before. I was actually playing a hockey game last night. It was a playoff game, and thank goodness for that. So I didn't have to watch Thursday night football. We won.
Very good.
I'm on two teams. They both have championship games for the summer season.
Did you score?
I didn't last night. The team that I played defense for that team. It was 5-0. It wasn't much of a contest as it turned out. The game we played on Sunday is a little higher level league, and we actually won that one pretty handily as well. We'll be playing for the championship in both on Sunday, and it works out well because Sunday, of course, the Chiefs play Monday night. So because I was worried that I was going to have to conflict, but wasn't an issue, and then Thursday night again won't be a problem. So. I don't know. One of the things about the Titans as they set up for this kick return is, you know, if you're Coach Horn and the coaching staff or whatever, is you have to keep things reined in as well, because the kids oftentimes when they're in this situation, will, feel a sense of urgency that they need not feel right now. That, I mean, you want to be able to drive down the field and get a touchdown here if at all possible, but in a methodic way. You don't have to do anything, take any big chances or do anything where it's you're taking big risks.
Be basic.
Just because you're down 2 scores.
Right.
So we'll see how things will go. And like we said, these kickoffs have been a little bit of an adventure on this side as well. We haven't had any turnovers. We did have a muffed kickoff that we did manage to recover. And here is Sims from about his 10. And he's trying to cut up the middle of the field to the 25 and up to the 30 before he is dragged down at the 30-yard line. So pretty decent starting field position for the Titans.
Running well.
So he's had 3 pretty good returns and then a couple of adventures earlier than that. And so we'll see what, the other thing about the Titans, they've run the ball well. They've probably thrown the ball better today than they have in any game up until now.
Very true. You know what, Joe? We never did get to talk about any halftime scores, did we?
Nope. We'll start looking. You can look up Boonville.
Yeah.
So Wolverton out from the shotgun, has Mayo to his left. He'll get the call off left tackle. Stiff arms one man, gets forced out of bounds across the 35 to about the 37. And one thing that the Titans have been very good at this game is really good first down yardage. I mean, how often are you seeing 2nd and 8s and 2nd and 9s?
No kidding.
Compared to say 2nd and 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah, the running backs are running very hard tonight. But again, the offensive line's opening the holes.
That's what I was going to say. Trips on the right. And again, Mayo up the middle. And he'll push forward for maybe a yard to the 37. It'll set up a 3rd down and 3 from there. Now, it would be nice if they could convert some of these 2nd down plays into 1st downs and not have the 3rd down chances, but...
Got a score out of Rockhurst. Rockhurst 21, Blue Springs 0.
And Rockhurst like 2-4 on the season so
far. They
are. How about that? 3rd and 3. And the throw on the right side is intercepted. He was looking for Quincy Torrey and ended up throwing it right into the arms of Johnson, who made the easy pick. Well, we talked about it. No turnovers in the game till now. And so Ray-Pec with the 10-point lead and now the ball on the opening drive of the second half. That's, that's that first momentum swing that could be a real issue.
Big time.
And so that's the thing. Now the Titans defensively really have to step up, and we haven't seen it so far. Aside from the first drive of the game, the Titans, they've not played poorly defensively. It's been a lot of single strikes, big strikes, but at the same time, we also haven't seen them force a punt in the whole game. So this will be Dez, the freshman, as you mentioned before, running on the right side with some pretty good running room inside the 30 down to about the 29. Might be enough for a 1st down, as Des Walker will move the chains as they mark him down to the 28-yard line.
Liberty North 38 over Blue Springs South. Lee Summit North 14 over Liberty 3. Park Hill 33 over Lee Summit 21.
1st and 10. Dombrowski gives it to Walker, big hole up the middle, and he's able to get across the 25 down to the 24. It'll be a pickup of 4, 2nd and 6. Just underway here in the second half of play. Titans turned it over, first turnover of the game for either team on the opening drive, and now the Panthers in scoring territory, trying to get into the red zone here. Pistol formation with twins on the left. And the tight end, Moore, moves over to the left side as well. And it'll be a give. Walker trying to get around the outside. Does cut up inside. Denver Broncos, the aforementioned Broncos back when they actually could run the ball. And that should be close to another first down. But no, there was a flag down. It looks like this one's coming back. A holding call against the Panthers.
Yeah, that was a very obvious holding call.
So this could be a big opportunity here for the Titans, because anytime you get that big holding call, it turns a second, what would have been a first down, to a second and 18 or so. If the Titans defensively can step up here, they're back outside of scoring range right now. Pistol formation, Twins on the right. Dombrowski on play action, throwing left side, and he's got a man. It's caught Doss, and he breaks a tackle and gets inside the 25 down to about the 22. He'll be shy of a first down by maybe 2 as they mark him down to the 21. It'll be third down. Let's call it a long 2 or a short 3.
15-yard gain of the play. Makes it 3rd and 3 for the Panthers.
Doss is having himself a day.
Yes, he is.
Had the 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown earlier, and has one of the 2 60-plus yard receptions for a touchdown. Right up the middle. Fager breaking 3 tackles into the end zone, touchdown. So Thomas Fager,
wow,
just basically blew on through and did not look back.
Not at all. Not at all.
5'11", 210-pound senior running back.
Bowling balls, what you call him.
He looks every bit that 210 pounds.
Yes, he does. Very solid.
So Stevenson out for the extra point to try and make it a 17-point lead. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, good. 8:54 to go. The interception turns into 7 points, and it's a 17-point lead for the Panthers. 33-16 our score. Kickoff coming up after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker and Coach Royce Boehm. Lee Summit West and Ray-Pec Panthers on top of the Titans. 33-16 our score, a 17-point lead for Ray-Pec. This game was at one time tied. And it's funny because we were talking just before the beginning of the second half about the idea of momentum switches and the fact there hadn't been any turnovers. We were kind of hoping that it would go the other way, but unfortunately a Drew Wolverton interception turning into 7 points, and that really has changed the complexion of the game here.
Totally, and just looking then at the demeanor of the sideline too.
Stevenson's kick. He kicks it short, but it comes down about the 5-yard line for Sims, who had to run back and get it. And he's hit as he gets to the 20-yard line.
Nice open field tackle.
Yeah. So we'll see what style of offense the Titans come out in here. I think that will be really telling. Because like I said before, this is a game in which they really have been throwing better than they had in really any other game this year. But will they become skittish after the Wolverton interception, or will they try and run clock off? I mean, who knows? We'll see what happens on the play. It is Quincy Torrey. Good to see him back in the lineup, by the way. Good for 6 yards up to the 26. Got that leg left side taped up pretty good. Second down and 4 for the Titans. He'd gone out earlier with an injury, if you're just joining us. Takes the slot position on the right side on this play, give to Mayo. And he finds a big hole up the right side. It'll be good for a first down across the 30 to the 34. And that was good vision by David Mayo because it was intended to go to the left.
Yes.
He saw the hole was to the right.
Great job of using his vision.
So Titans moving the football. Man in motion is Torrey. He'll get the call, Quincy Torrey, and off left tackle gets up near the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 again on first down, 2nd and 4. So like we were talking about before, we're still doing really well on these first down plays of getting, more than 2 or 3 yards, but usually 5+, which is really what you like to see.
Yes, it is.
7.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Titans trailing by 17. Man in motion again. They'll give it to Mayo up the middle. This time he stays on the left side, breaks a tackle, and up near midfield before being hauled down. Good power running by David Mayo, and once again that time just
that offensive line is just coming off the football.
They were, but at the same time he still had to create himself a hole, and he did. On first down, it's going to be Mayo again, this time right tackle. And for the first time in the second half, they get that short gain on first down and they'll set up a 2nd and 8. They do get into Panther territory, though. It'll be second down from the Ray-Pec 49. Under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Titans come out with 2 wing backs. Mayo to the right of Wolverton. He goes back to throw, straight drop back and throws. He was looking for Sims and overthrew him. That must be why Miller's having such a good day, is because he's about a foot taller than Tavion, and that's what he had to be if he was going to catch that pass.
Very true.
Maybe a foot and a half. Third down and 8. Again, the ball at the Ray-Pec 49. Titans probably in 4-down territory. They'll throw it down. Wide open. Miller makes the catch to the 15-10-5 touchdown. Clearly a missed assignment that time.
Big time miss.
Safety bit on the potential swing pass, and that left Derek open right down the seam.
He almost underthrew him.
49 yards for the touchdown, and the Titans take a page out of the Ray-Pec playbook there with the long pass for the touchdown. Try and get themselves back in at 33-22 with the extra point to come. Peacock to try and make it a 10-point game. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, and good. 6:28 to go in the third quarter of play, and the Titans respond after giving up the 7 points off turnovers, or a turnover. They come back the other way and get themselves a 80-yard drive culminating in a 49-yard pass from Wolverton to Miller. Kickoff coming up after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backcourt Sports, Beck Rose Productions, and 810varsity.com. Welcome back to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker and Coach Royce Babe, Lee Summit West, Ray-Pec. Titans trailing the Panthers by 10, 33-23 our score. Offense is almost identical. I mean, the Titans actually have about, 7 more yards or something like that? What's the difference? 7 more, 8, 10 more yards? Yeah. but the Panthers with the 10-point lead. Some of that is on a 97-yard kickoff return. Don't kick it to him.
No.
And they actually go a bit of a pooch down at about the 24-yard line, taken by an up man, and almost stripped. But down across the 35, about the 36-yard line. And oddly enough, that was actually Doss who had that return. So even though he was in an up position, somehow or another, Will Pidcock managed to kick it right to him. Maybe he'll have a little conversation with the special teams coach about that.
Yes. About this time, I'd be in Jeremy Hubbard's ear going, what the hell are you thinking?
So, again, not exactly a pitcher's duel tonight.
No.
But it's just really two strong offenses. It feels like it's more that as they toss it out to Doss on the wide receiver screen, trying to get around Fredrickson. Good job stringing him out. There's a flag that comes down. Might be a face mask. And then there's a second flag that comes out in either unsportsmanlike conduct or late hit territory. So we'll see if there are two flags on the Titans or one on each or what this is. But I think we may actually have two personal fouls on the same play. Both on the Titans, I mean.
Yep.
But they're talking about it. 6:16 left to go, third quarter. It's too bad because defensively it was really good play to string him out and force him out of bounds.
Yeah, but once he's out of bounds, you don't have to do anything else.
Yep. Well, you don't have to. Sometimes players decide to anyway.
Oh. It's all about them, huh?
How's Boonville doing?
You know what? I couldn't find that. You're good at finding scores like that.
I'll look around. Okay, so it is a face mask. That was the initial call. And then we have the personal foul against the Titans. So the original face mask was I believe, the 5-yard variety. And so obviously they're going to, I don't think they assess both of them. I'm pretty sure they just do the 15. Although sometimes with personal fouls, they do that.
Yeah.
But like I said, he didn't give the personal foul signal on the face mask. He just gave the face mask signal, which if they still have that 5-yard variety in high school, which I believe they do, then that's, I believe, all that was called. Billy Horn getting an explanation from the referee right now. I still remember when it finally occurred to me that I always, when I was a kid, wanted to be a football referee, and holding, ding, ding, on the offense. Right. And it wasn't until literally, decades later, it was when I was a kid, I thought it would be cool to do that. And eventually I realized that I didn't actually want to be a referee. I wanted to do the announcing. I wanted to, what I wanted to do was be the guy that said the play, holding, ding, ding, on the offense, number 72. And in retrospect, that makes a lot of sense, as it turns out.
Exactly.
And they are going to march off, it looks like 20 yards. So I think they're marching both of them off.
Ooh.
So that'll be a first down. Takes it all the way into Titan territory at the 44.
First and 10 for the Panthers.
So first and 10, Ray-Pec. Pistol formation, Twins on the right. Dombrowski gives up the middle. Walker, big, huge hole. He was pulled down by Jackson Torrey from behind. But not before he picked up another 13 yards down to the Titan 32. So like we talked about before, they both offenses have played better than both defenses. I think that's probably the best way to put it. It's not that the defenses have played bad. They could have done a little bit better job of tackling from time to time or whatever, but it's really more of offenses playing well. And Walker again, up the middle, sidesteps one tackle, gets taken down at about the 24.
Well, and I tell you what, coming into this game tonight, all we heard about was how good both these defenses have been playing up to this point. But usually when people start talking that way, then.
So you're saying the offensive pride has taken over on both sides.
On both sides.
But, you know, what we were just talking about earlier with the Titans and you know, the yardage on first down, you could say the same thing about the Panthers as well. They are doing generally pretty well on first down plays. Walker, this time the Titans do a good job with the penetration and then following up as Fredrickson ends up taking down Walker down at the 25-yard line, loss of about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. It'll set up a 3rd and 3. But like I said, I mean, that was a situation where you get picked up 8 yards on first down. The Panthers have done the same thing as the Titans.
Yes.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Well, and, you know, again, it was sort of the same situation. We didn't do well on a first down play, you know, right before that, what turned out to be the big long pass. On play action, they come after Dombert, and the pass over the middle, incomplete. Just about maybe a half a foot too far in front of Doss. And Dombrowski.
It was a great route, too.
Yeah, and I don't know if he kind of hurried his throw because he thought there was going to be pressure coming or what. It's 4th down and 3. It'd be a 41, 42-yard kick from here. I don't know if they have the leg for that. Based on the kickoffs, I'd say probably not. Although he did drill a 36-yarder earlier. So they're going to go for it here on 4th and 3, pistol formation. And it's going to be Dombrowski throwing. He's got a man. It is caught, first down inside the 20 down to the 10-yard line as Riddell makes the catch and gets them into the red zone. 1st and goal, I do believe, from the 10-yard line.
He is a good-looking receiver, 6'5".
Yeah.
Jeez, is just a junior.
Has a lot of those tools that colleges like to see in receivers.
Yes.
Definitely, potentially has a future at the next level. 1st and goal. Dombrowski will give it to Walker. Stops and starts and gets back to the line and no further. And was bent backwards as he went down. And they'll help him up, and he may be limping just a little bit. Yeah, it looks like he may have twisted an ankle or a knee. There might have been a hyperextension or something the way he was pushed backwards. So he'll hobble his way off under his own power. And then we will see what they do on 2nd and goal from about the 9. So 33-23 our score. Panthers driving inside the 10-yard line, 2nd and goal. Dombrowski from the pistol. As Fager to his right, just a little behind him. He gives it to Fager, trying to the left side, gets off left tackle, bounces inside the 5 down to about the 1. I think they'll mark him down at the 2. Good, hard, strong running by Thomas Fager, and it'll be 3rd down and goal from about the 2.
Ball spot on the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal for the Panthers.
So, 3rd and goal, pistol formation. Wingbacks on either side. Give Fager, looking for a hole. They stop him before he gets even back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss back around the 5-yard line and set up a 4th down and goal. We'll see if they decide to kick a field goal, make it a 13-point game, or go for the end zone here.
It looks like they're keeping him on the field. Nope, coming off. Oh, geez.
Got a score out of Boonville. Pirates taking on the Indians, the Osage Indians, and are losing 34-13 in the 4th quarter. So this will be a 22-yard attempt. Stevenson, snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long. It is good. Minute 42 left to go, third quarter. And the Panthers extend their lead, 36-23, a 13-point lead, but it's still a two-score game for the Titans. We will take a quick break and come back with the kickoff right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backcourt Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Welcome back out to Titan Stadium here at Lee Summit West High School in Lee Summit, Missouri. Joel Becker along with Coach Royce Boehm as the Lee Summit West Titans trailing the Ray-Pec Panthers. 36-23 our score with a minute 42 left to go in the third quarter. If this were a boxing match, it would be an entertaining match because nothing but haymakers it seems like today, doesn't it?
Slug for slug. Man.
Stevenson with the ball teed up in the middle of the field on the 40-yard line, kicks it high and a bit short. It's coming down about the 6-yard line, hit up the far sideline. Tavion Sims, and up the sideline, forced out of bounds as he gets across the 30 to about the 33, and that's where the Titans will take over 1st and 10 on offense. And again, can't really complain too much about the Titan offense today. No. They have been relatively prolific.
Or Tavion on his returns. He's had some great returns.
Yeah, after the first couple where we had the one muff and then a little bit of confusion, he has had good returns, and that one he also avoided getting popped pretty good at the end of it. So the Titans come out with trips on the right. Shotgun formation, Wolverton with Mayo to his left, and it'll be a give to Mayo on the read option. Not much there this time. That is unusual for this game. No gain on a first down play and no real hole up the middle. We've seen that really on both sides of the football. So no gain, 2nd and 10. Clock is running with a minute 15 left to go here in the third quarter of play. Titans are no huddle, but they're not hurry up. They're looking over at the sideline trying to get a play in. Wolverton from the shotgun trips on the right. And he will fake it to Mayo, roll to that right side, looking to throw. Throwing, it is caught. And near a first down is Jackson Torrey, and he will get that first down at the 43-yard line. That'll move the chains 1st and 10 at their own 43 for the Titans from Lee Summit West. Good route and good catch for Jackson Torrey.
Good play action pass for Wolverton.
Clock is stopped with 50.8 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Titans trailing by 13, but 2 touchdowns would put them ahead. Torrey in motion, give to Mayo, trying to go off right tackle. He broke one tackle, got back to the line of scrimmage, and was lucky to do that. It'll set up a 2nd down and 10 with 40 seconds to go in the quarter. They'll have to run at least one more play. He actually lost a yard on that, so we'll call it 2nd and 11. Titans looking toward the sideline for the play. They apparently need to work on this because it seems like a lot of guys don't know what the play is after this all happens. Checking the old wristband, back to throw is Wolverton, stepping into one, throwing it down the far sideline, and incomplete. There was contact, but I see no laundry on the field. It was intended for Damon Randolph, and it'll set up a 3rd down and 11. It's probably a good non-call as far as the coverage was concerned. There's a little bit of hand fighting, but
you could tell there was confusion of getting the play off the sideline.
They were using the signs earlier. I don't know if they think that people had broken their code or something or whatever, but like I said, they're going with coaches' signals today. You used to use the shuttle back in, with the tight end or whoever bringing the play in.
But we also did a lot of hand gestures, and then also we were the ones that had the sign.
Yeah, whistles right on the snap there. Was it a timeout or was it a flag? Oh, there is going to be a a delay of game call against the Titans. Boy. It'll set up a 3rd down and 16 now as the penalty moves the ball back to the 36-yard line, 37. As we talked about before, we literally have less than 10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and neither team has had to punt the ball so far, but that streak is in danger of ending here, although the Titans earlier converted on 3rd and 19. Back to throw Wolverton. He will swing it out and making one move, but not able to get too far as, again, Tavion Sims, and maybe a gain of a yard or so as the 3rd quarter ends. And so when we start things off in the 4th quarter, it will be 4th down and about 15 for the Titans from their own 37-yard line. 36-23 our score. Panthers up by 13. We will take a break and come back for the 4th quarter right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com. Welcome back live here at Titan Stadium in Lee Summit, Missouri. Joel Becker along with Coach Royce Boehm. Lee Summit West Titans trailing the Ray-Pec Panthers 36-23 as we get started with the 4th quarter of play. And for the first time in the game for either team, punting formation as David Mayo standing back at about his own 24. Doss is way back at his own 30. We know how dangerous he can be as Mayo steps into this. It is high and short, takes a bounce. Sideways bounce, now a Titan roll inside the 35 and down at about the 32. So good job of keeping it away from Doss. But unfortunately, for the first time in the game, the Titans just give the ball back. We had the one turnover earlier. So that's the thing, is that the Titans could be playing better in this game, obviously,
right.
but they're not playing badly by any stretch of the imagination. But the Panthers really just aren't making the mistakes.
No, I would have had to been fighting Jeremy Hubbard off back here to run a fake punt, get it out of there.
On 4th and 16.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He'd try all that stuff.
Dombrowski from a pistol, Doss in motion. They give it Fager. And off the left tackle, strong, hard running.
Bowling ball.
His 210 pounds carries on down to the 39-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, about 3 from there. Large homecoming crowd here at Lee Summit West. And, of course, Ray-Pec just down the road traveled pretty well up here as well. 2nd and short. And on play action, Dombrowski throwing far side. He's got a man. It is caught. And down to about the 35 of the Titans as Riddell over there. He's so tall and so big.
That's not fair, is it?
He threw into double coverage. Both of the defensive backs were right there.
And you know what? He knew he was going to catch that ball.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding? It was a good back shoulder pass by Dombrowski.
It was.
And all he did was kind of hang out and wait for the ball to come. And he knew that, they couldn't go through his body to get to it. So simple as that. It is a give. Fager trying to go up the middle. That was plugged up pretty good. Fredrickson and company for the Titans stop him for a loss on the play. They will give him some forward progress, but only really to the 39, so it'll be a loss of 4, 2nd down and 14 from there. We're a minute 15 into the 4th quarter. Titans trail by 13. They need their first defensive stop of the game here. If they're going to stay in it, turnover might be nice too. So far, neither one of those have happened for Ray-Pec. They come on the blitz, and Dombrowski tries to toss it off, does to Fager. And Huffman able to send him out of bounds at about the 41. It'll set up a 3rd down and still probably 14 or so. It was a pretty good job of sniffing out that little swing screen. And Huffman did a good job of riding him out of bounds.
Great job of stringing it out.
3rd down and long. They send a pair of receivers out on the left side. Tight end in the slot left, back to throw. Dombrowski swings it out. It's caught by Fager up the far sideline, and he will get a 1st down as he stepped out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. That's the yard to gain, and he needed 14, got 14. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. They're taking a quick look at it, and now, yeah, it is a 1st down. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
They just took their time saying so.
Yep. White hat's got to look important.
Well, and again, I don't know what's taken this chain gang so long to respond to it. He gave the 1st down signal, and then they just sort of stood there. Clock running with 10:10 left to go in regulation time. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Like I said, I mean, at this point, they're pretty close to field goal range.
They are.
We've seen Stevenson kick a couple today. And they come up to the line quickly with 7 seconds left on the play clock, down to 4-3. Take the snap. Dombrowski keeps it himself. He was pulled down. That is his first carry on the game. Picks up about 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I've been kind of wondering about that because they've been honoring the fullback, the dive, and really not giving the quarterback any respect at all. So I'm surprised they've waited this long to run that.
Well, they're probably trying to protect him more than anything else. They haven't needed to run him. And he's too much of a weapon for him with the arm as opposed to the legs, I would guess. 2nd and 7, pistol formation. And in motion to the right side, back to throw. Dombrowski looking right, throwing right. He's got a man. It's Riddell, makes the catch, breaks the tackle, gets inside the 10, forced out of bounds at about the 8. It'll be 1st and goal for the Panthers there. And again, it's just, I mean, this Panthers offense today has been relatively unstoppable.
Right.
I mean, yeah, they've had some quick strikes, but they've also had some sustained drives and
like you said too, I mean, they haven't had to punt yet.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that no turnovers, and the Titans have not been able to stop them. They stopped them on a made them try to kick a couple field goals other than touchdowns, but never as far as turning the ball over on downs or otherwise. Toss into the end zone, and it is waiting for the indication. Caught, touchdown. Copeland, the tight end. And with 8:55 left to go in regulation time, the Panthers extended out even further, a 19-point lead, 42-23 with the extra point to come.
Frustrating.
Well, I mean, again, if as Chiefs fans have seen in the past, if you don't ever stop an offense, you're going to have a hard time winning a whole lot of games.
Very true.
Stevenson for the extra point. Snap back, ball down, kick up, high, long, but, yep, he just snuck it in on the inside of that right upright. And it's a 20-point lead. 8:55 left to go in regulation time. 43-23 our score. Panthers on top. We'll take a quick break, come back for the kickoff right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
810 Varsity takes you through the football season like never before. Watch games live throughout Kansas and Missouri, and even postseason action at 810varsity.com. Plus live tournament brackets, top 25, Elite 81 All-Metro team, live scoreboard, stories, and more. Check out Kansas City's new home for high school sports coverage, 810varsity.com.
We are back here at Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm, as the Lee Summit West Titans trailing the Ray-Pec Panthers 43-23, a 20-point lead for Raymore-Peculiar on homecoming night here at Lee Summit West. Not exactly the outcome you're looking for.
No, not at all, especially on homecoming.
I'm sure that you could make things a lot better if only you would give them your royal wave off of a float.
Yeah.
Stevenson with the ball teed up at the 40-yard line right in the middle of the field for the kickoff, and he'll step into this one with the wind a little bit at his back, but it comes down and at about the 12-yard line.
Whoa.
Up to the 20, maybe 21. And once again, Sims gets tagged pretty good at the end. Kind of ran into the back of his own blocker. And so with 8:50 left to go in regulation time, we'll see what kind of offense the Titans put out there after the first time in the entire game. You know, as much as we are praising the Panther offense, the Titan offense has done well up until their last drive. They had not punted either.
Right.
They did have one turnover. And that's the thing. I mean, you know, you could make the case that, and this was something that Coach Horn talked about in the pregame conversation, was, you know, looking at film at the end of the game and saying, well, if this one play hadn't gone this way, the toss down the near sideline is just a little bit too far out in front of Randolph. Damon Randolph outstretched arms, but couldn't quite catch up to it. But anyway, getting back to the conversation that we had, it was, you know, he was talking about the way it seemed like every time they were going over film, it was like, well, the one play. And for this game, the one play was the interception on the opening drive of the second half. Titans were down by 10 at the time, but in a position to possibly make it a one-score game. Throw near side, and Randolph makes the catch this time, up around the 30. He'll be shy of a first down by maybe a couple. Pickup of 8, third down and 2. Stops the clock with 8:39 left to go in regulation time.
7-yard gain in the play. 3rd and 3 for the Titans.
Definitely would not want to go with a punt and then a 3 and out, would you?
No, not at all.
See what they do here. Wolverton with Mayo to his right. And on the delay, they give it to Mayo, and he's got a big hole. He'll get that first down, cuts up field at the 40, and hit from behind, knocked forward to around the 44. It's a pickup of 14 or so on 3rd down and 2. And that's the second time they've used that draw play, and it's been pretty effective both times.
Been very successful with that.
So to be 1st and 10, Titans from their own 44. Back to throw Wolverton, far side, and it is caught by Miller. Might be a yard shy of the first down. And I don't know how many catches that is for Derek, but he's having himself a day. Pickup of 9, 2nd down and 1. Sims in motion. They give it to Mayo up the middle. He was hit. Second effort. Got forward, but I think he's going to be about a half-yard shy of a first down. Right in front of us at the 46.5-yard line. They need the 46. 3rd down and a half a yard. Clock is running with 7:45 left to go in regulation time. Titans down by 20 at 43-23. Trying to get their offense going again. It's give to Mayo, and he will drag a defender all the way across the first down line. Pickup of 5. He needed about a half a yard. And he got to the 42. And how about that? I mean, because he had somebody wrapped around his waist, literally just shy of the first down, and just dragged him 5 yards.
And again, that was that delayed draw.
Trips on the right this time. One man on the left. Back to throw Wolverton, throwing that left side. It's Miller again, and he makes the catch. Hit almost immediately. Pickup of 5, 2nd and 5. I don't know where Mark went, our statistician, but that's got to be like, I don't know, more than half a dozen catches by Derek Miller today. 2nd and 6, Wolverton rolling to the right side. He'll throw to Sims, makes the catch and runs out of bounds. It'll be positive yardage, but not a ton. He'll get maybe a couple up to the 35. They need the 32, so it'll be 3rd down and 3. Pickup of 3 on the play, under 7 minutes to go. You get the impression that Tavion is getting tired of getting stuck.
maybe just a little bit.
He did run right out of bounds that time. 3rd and 3. He's in motion again. Tosses. They go for the reverse again. And looking to throw the ball downfield and looking for Mayo. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag. And I believe there is going to be defensive pass interference. As in the area, there was certainly a lot of contact. I thought the pass was actually going to be intercepted, although it wouldn't have mattered, as it turned out anyway. And the call will be pass interference against the Panthers, so that'll keep the drive alive. Should give them a 1st down on the 15-yard penalty. Send the ball down to about the 20-yard line. Interesting play design. Both teams have tried a couple of trick plays here and there. That was Halterman on the throw, the wide receiver. I'm not so sure how long it would have survived the wounded duck had it not been put out of its misery.
True, very true.
You know, and again, hats off to the Ray-Pec defense. They weren't fooled. And we get whistles, and there's going to be a false start. Looked like the center started and stopped his snap.
Right, and that's why it rolled back to Wolverton.
So it'll set up a 1st and 15. So consecutive penalty plays. It was at the 20, now the 25. 1st and 15 for the Titans. Clock stopped with 6:44 left to go in regulation time. Wolverton looking left side, throwing across on the slant route to Miller, but he had it go right out of his hands. Probably wouldn't have gone for too much.
No.
And it'll be 2nd and 15.
In fact, close to being picked off, too.
Well, he did have his good body position, but of course it went right through his hands. Titans looking to the sideline for the play. They'll check the wristbands and get into formation. Single wideouts on either side. Sims in motion. They fake to him, toss it back the other way, and Randolph makes the catch, but not much there. Got inside the 25 to maybe the 22, but it'll set up a 3rd down, about 13 from there, as Damon Randolph makes the catch for a couple.
Brings up 3rd and 15 for the Titans.
A lot of misdirection today offensively. Back to throw, Wolverton. Looking, throwing, and incomplete. Really didn't have anybody to throw it over. Did get hit at the end of the play. Pops back up. No flag, and it'll be 4th down. No point in doing anything but going for it here. Ball's on the 23-yard line. Doesn't do you any good to kick a field goal.
Nope.
But it also certainly doesn't do you any good to punt the ball away from the 23. So 4th down and 13 for the Titans, and they may take, looks like they're going to take a timeout and figure out what they want to do.
Timeout, Lisa Midwest. At this time, we'd like to recognize our float winners from today's homecoming parade. In 3rd place, the cheer team. In 2nd place, Girls United. In 1st place,
tough day for the Titans.
Yes, it is. Doggone it.
We'll see how they end up responding. The rest of their season is not going to be easy.
No, it's going to be a little tough. Lee Summit North next week, and then Liberty North the week after.
Those are probably the 2 best teams on this side of the state in Class 6.
Yes, it is.
And
are we on the road both times?
I think we're here next week. I was just looking that up actually, just to see. So the Titans are home to Lee Summit North and then at Liberty North, and then it'll be the first round of the playoffs. And who knows who they end up playing. If it started today, I believe they would actually play Joplin, interestingly enough.
So they're undefeated again?
No, Nix is undefeated. We weren't on in last. In fact, we would actually jump ahead of Lee Summit. Even though Lee Summit has a better record than us, we'd jump ahead of them because of those weirdo rules that Misha has. 4th and 13, back to throw Wolverton. Throws over the middle, it's intercepted. Wouldn't really have made that much difference on 4th down, picked off. And up to around the 25-yard line went Franklin as Randolph knocked him down around the 24. There's a flag down, and it is against the Panthers. Yeah, it looks like a roughing the passer call. So once again, it looks like this is something that will keep for the second time in this drive, is going to keep a Titan drive alive. Now, is it half the distance to the goal from here?
Are we inside the 20 yet?
No, we're at the 24 or 23, but a 15-yard penalty. I have a feeling this is going to still be a 4th down for them. Yeah, it'll be 4th down with the ball at the 12-yard line. They need the 10 for a first down. And I think the Panthers are going to call timeout here, as I imagine the Panthers coaching staff want to just get their players, kind of focused on because that was obviously an unnecessary penalty.
Right.
I mean, you're up by 20 points, and you get on a 4th down play, you're guilty of roughing the passer. They probably want to just have a conversation real quick.
Yeah, Sean Martin's out there trying to get an explanation from the white hat. But you're right, though. I mean, didn't need to do that.
No. So, Lee Summit North at home. So we ended up getting both Lee Summit teams at home this year, huh?
Yes, sir. And I tell you what, Lee Summit North hasn't been blowing a lot of people out.
Well, they're kind of been known more for their defense than offense this year, haven't they?
Yes.
So makes it harder to blow people out, but still, the Titans will definitely have their work cut out for them. Like I said, top two teams. The weird thing is, like I said, they're second to last in standings with one of the other Springfield area teams or Southside teams is behind us. They're
Ozark, possibly?
No, I don't think it was Ozark. I forget. But at any rate, like I said, because of the weird rules in Misha, because we had the win over Lee Summit, if the playoffs were to start, we'd leapfrog over them and end up in the 6th spot and play the number 3 Joplin team, which I believe only has one line. I think they're 5-1. Nix is undefeated, and then of course Lee Summit North is also 5-1.
So Ray-Pec's pointing at the drone.
The drone guy? Well, I don't know. It's not over the field or anything like that. It is up in the air. Maybe they're trying to complain about the lighting or something, because it does have some lights. Or maybe it's just where the players happen to be, or I should say the controllers. Something you don't see every day.
No, you don't.
So this is interesting. They gave the Titans a first down, but as far as I know, there is no such thing as an automatic first down on a penalty in high school football in Misha. But because it was half the distance to the goal.
That might have been it.
But I don't think they no. But I've seen that happen before. But it is first down according to the sticks. Give to Mayo up the middle, inside the 5 down to the 4, which, by the way, would have been a first down even if they hadn't have done it.
Right.
And it'll actually make it first and goal for the Titans from there. We're down under 6 minutes left to go. Direct snap, trying to force his way toward the end zone is Quincy Torrey. Touchdown. Touchdown Titans from 4 yards out, really 3. Quincy Torrey with the direct snap following the jumbo package. And the Titans trying to back to within 14. They can make it 13 with an extra point here and half a quarter left to go.
Making it a ball game. Want to congratulate Coach Wagner, Coach Schieber for heading down to state next week with the golf girls. Good luck to you guys.
Peacock's extra point is good. 5:48 left to go, regulation time. It is now a 13-point game, 43-30 our score. We'll take a quick break, come back with a kickoff after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com. Welcome back out to Titan Stadium. Joel Becker and Coach Royce Boehm. Do we have some further information on our drone situation in the...
Yeah, it sounds like it's Ray-Pec's
drone. It's a Ray-Pec drone?
And it's kind of getting in the way of their players.
So their own people are upset with their own drone. Okay. So. Again, not something you see every day.
No, it's not.
I wonder what the drone... Is it like players, like a kid, the kids?
I think it's the team play. I think it's the team drone.
Oh.
And they're filming.
So they do use it for coaching.
Right.
So do the Titans go for the onside kick here, would you say? Down 13 with 5:48 left to go.
Why not? Jeremy Hubbard, what would you do? Come on. There it is.
And it was fallen on by the Ray-Pec player on the near side. And that was Brooks Kirchhoff who fell on it, sophomore. Titans actually had 2 successful onside kicks in the last 3 weeks, but it's a lot less. It's a lot tougher to take a team by surprise.
Yeah, no doubt.
In this situation than compared to what they did the last time. So if I'm the Titans right now, more than anything else, what I would like to do is get a stop on defense. I mean, no matter what the outcome of the game is, because you haven't had one all game.
No.
And that's what I just want to do it just to say we can. Dombrowski with a man in motion, the give to Fager, trying to get around the left side, cuts inside, gets positive yardage, and is forced backwards as he gets up to about the 48-yard line. Boy, he sure runs hard, doesn't he?
He sure does.
We think that David Mayo's a load, and he is, but this Fager kid is
I'll tell you what, I could be a 300 bowler with him.
Are you saying you don't do that anyway?
What's that?
Bowl 300 games?
No.
No?
I don't.
Could make a hair joke, but I'm not gonna. 2nd down and 7. Pistol formation. Titans with 3 down linemen. And the give again to Fager. Sidesteps one man, gets to at least the line of scrimmage, pulls up toward the midfield stripe and is hit and tackled there. 3rd down and 5 on a gain of a couple for Thomas Fager. So, I mean, granted, the Panthers are, running clock and running the football here. But, again, if I'm the Titans, more than anything, I want to force a punt. 3rd and 5. We'll see if they go to the air here. And they do. Dombrowski throws over the middle and incomplete. A little confusion there as Doss and Retto were literally next to each other, and they nearly hit each other. Looks like they're gonna kick it away. Yeah, they are gonna kick it away. First time in the game with 4:23 left to go in regulation time that they're sending the punting unit out. As Doss, by the way, is also their punter. Interestingly enough, what does the guy not do? Ran back at, although they're not sending him out there. Looks like they're going to send Stevenson out to punt this one away. Figure maybe they're not going to take a chance. He was late getting out there, standing at his 35 on 4th and 5. And boy, they came after him, almost got to him. And it was taken by Huffman, hit almost immediately up around the 23-yard line. So, I mean, again, that's without trying to be too cliche about it, the old moral victory for the Titans. At least defensively, they were able to. I mean, granted, they got a little help. That it was somebody I don't think ran the right route.
And it looks like maybe Ray-Pec might have the better punting average.
So, well, I mean, there's 4:18 left to go, and the Titans are down by 2 scores. I mean, it's an uphill battle, I will grant you.
It is.
But it's not a completely over game quite yet. Wolverton, Mayo to his left, goes back to throw. He'll throw near side, looking for Randolph, makes the catch. And he was stopped for no further gain, but he made the catch up near the 34-yard line. Now, how do they put him down at the 30-yard line? He clearly had forward progress up at about the 34.
He did.
I don't know how you could possibly spot that there.
Not unless the possibility of going out of bounds? Going backwards and going out of bounds?
Well, I guess but you'd have to show that he was trying to run out of bounds. Delayed give, up the middle Mayo, trying to fight forward near the first down, but I think he's going to be shy by about a yard up to the 33. I mean, granted, that last play was over near the near sideline, so it's hard for us to see over there, but I still don't get that. 3rd and 1. Back to throw Wolverton, throwing near side. Randolph makes the catch and breaks the tackle up the 45 to about, or 42 about the 45. They'll mark him there. 1st and 10 Titans at the 45-yard line. Twins on either side for Wolverton. Mayo in the backfield, back to throw, and Drew sends it on the far side, caught by Quincy Torrey, trying to get the ball out of bounds, but they say he didn't quite make it. Mark him down at the 48-yard line of the Titans. 2nd down and 7 from there. Clock running with 3:15 left to go in regulation time. Titans down by 13. Wolverton from the shotgun. Back to throw. Looking left side throwing. He's got a man. It is Miller caught. And he'll get a first down up across the 45 of the Panthers to their 44. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. And there's a flag down. And there's been a holding call against the Titans, so much for that. Turns a first down play into what will eventually be I assume it'll be a 2nd and 17, won't it? The yard marker says 3rd, but that wasn't a 3rd down play, was it? No, yeah.
2nd and 21.
2nd and 21 after the penalty. Ball all the way back to about the 35-yard line. Wolverton rolling to the right side. He looks to throw, throwing, it's caught, but taken out of bounds. Quincy Torrey does stop the clock, but he only gets up to around the 39 and sets up a 3rd down about 16 from there. Under 3 minutes left to go at 2:57. Titans have 2 tries to get 16 yards here. Trailing by 13. Wolverton will roll this time to his left. He'll throw left. It is caught Jackson Torrey. Tried to stop but couldn't. As he'll go out of bounds at the 44, pick up a 5. But it's still going to be 4th and 11 with the ball on the 44-yard line. Stops the clock with 2:51 left to go. So they need to get to the Panther 45. And relatively safe to say if they don't, then that's kind of the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Down by 2 scores. Twins on either side. Mayo in the backfield. They come after him. They throw. It is caught. First down for Miller. He has definitely become a favorite target of Drew Wolverton. And that's good for about 13 yards and a first down. Stops the clock to move the chains with 2:46 left to go. They'll put it down. Like I said, he needed the 45. He got the 43. Wolverton back to throw. He'll throw again far side, and it's intercepted. Picked off, could be a pick 6 down the far sideline, and it will go to the house as Wright with the interception and all the way back for a touchdown. Touchdown Panthers. So Lubin's right stepped in. He just jumped the route.
He did.
Derek Miller is again the intended target, and that's the thing is that, you know, you work for Western Union long enough,
right? No doubt.
Eventually, a defensive back is going to make you pay for it. It's actually a little bit reminiscent of the Chargers game. You know.
Oh yes, most definitely.
Extra point. Stevenson to make it a 50-30 lead and restore the 20-point lead for the Panthers. Snap back, ball down, the kick is up, and it's good. He actually managed to get it over. There's a flag down. Holding is the call against the Panthers.
Gosh.
So he'll get to try a 30-yard extra point, it looks like. So they'll march the ball back. Like I said, it'll, for all intents and purposes, assuming they kick it again. I wonder if they had the option there to allow the point to go up and take it on the kickoff.
Oh.
I don't think, I mean, it doesn't matter. They're not doing it. I don't even know if they have that option. Anyway, like I said, a 30-point or 30-yard extra point attempt for Stevenson. He's kicked field goals from this far already tonight. High snap, gets it down. The kick is up, and it is good. 2:29 left to go, regulation time. 20-point lead. 50-30 our score. We'll take a break, come back with more right after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, check this out. 810varsity.com now brings live video game casts for more than 25 KC Metro schools all season long. Now you can watch and listen to the games live on your computer, iPad, or phone. Park Hill South, Miege, Aquinas, the Olathe and Blue Valley schools, and the list goes on and on. Plus, live scores, playoff brackets, rankings, and more. Get all the games live at 810varsity.com.
Back live here at Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm, Lee Summit West, and Ray-Pec Panthers on top of the Titans, 50-30. I'm trying to think of the last time the Titans gave up 50 points.
Oh man, I cannot. I can't remember. Maybe the first year. I don't even know if the first year, Mark.
Maybe Ray-Pec did it to us that first year.
Was that?
Yeah.
Was that Class 6 versus Class 4?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. At that time. We had a little better luck against Liberty,
Yeah.
Class 6 and Class 4. Remember that one?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. The night the Angels were flying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Won an NBA award for that call, did you know?
That's right.
I actually did. I forget because I won 2 that year, one for football and one for hockey. And I don't remember which one was which.
Well, I know they presented it to you at West.
Yeah. So pretty good return up across the 25 to about the 26. Once again, Tavion Sims on the return. We're down to 2:22 left to go in regulation time. I remember the call that was Johnson threw up a prayer and it was answered.
Yeah. True.
You remember that on that throw in the end zone against
and it was
Liberty?
this at end zone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right in front of the police officers. Remember that?
Yes. All right, 50 to 30 our score. We'll see what they do here. If they stay to the air or go back to the ground.
I would say go to the air.
Well, might as well practice while you can. We have a new quarterback in.
Ooh.
And not much on that throw. I'm not sure if his arm was hit as he tried. But we are seeing Caden Carter with some snaps here at quarterback, the lefty. I don't know, figure give him a chance to see what he can do.
Right.
Down by 20 with a couple minutes left to go. Back to throw. He will throw. It's caught by Quincy Torrey. He spun down as he got up near the 30. It's a pickup of 3. They really only gave him the 29. So pickup of, still 3. 3rd down and 7. Clock running under 2 minutes left to go. Trips on the right side. Carter. He'll air one out. He's got a man, Halterman, but it was a bit underthrown. And it goes as incomplete as Halterman really became the defensive back in that play and did a good job of breaking it up.
Yeah, he wouldn't for sure if he'd intercepted it or what.
Well, he could have. Second time in the game, the Titans will punt the ball away. Clock is stopped with 1:48 left to go. I don't know why you don't just go for it in this situation.
Yeah, because Ray-Pec's, they're going to be classy enough to.
Well, they should kneel it out.
Out.
Yeah, once. I mean, what's the point of? I mean, although they could use the work on their punting game, I suppose you could say they need as much work on that. It actually gets a pretty good bounce here for the Titans, down inside the 25 to about the 22. And although the Titans do have 2 timeouts left, I don't imagine they'll use them, and Ray-Pec should be able to just kneel it out and finish this game. So next week, back here for Lee Summit North. Then on the road to Liberty North, which we hope to be able to have for you right here on 810varsity.com. And
you don't think so?
I think we are.
Yeah. I think with Mark telling us with the new rule with Misha.
It's not a new rule. It's the rule they've always had. They just actually are saying it now.
Staley game, the only time we've given out this was Staley? Oh, in the overtime.
Yeah, 76, right?
That's right.
I don't know, overtime's kind of that's cheating, though. Although that game went to overtime at 45 all or something like that?
Like that.
No, it was more than that, wasn't it? 4 overtimes, 28 points, 70. That it had to have been. They aren't actually kneeling the ball, by the way. I don't know why, unless they think they don't have the time. And the Titans are actually calling timeout.
Yep.
So, well, I guess you got to say that they're still trying to win. So the Titans call timeout with minute 31 left to go. So let's see. 76. It was 4 overtimes, right?
Right.
So if they got a touchdown on every one of them, that's 28 points. 35 and 28 is not 76. Not during the overtime. I mean, there's only 4 overtimes. It was more. It was in the 40s when it went to overtime, I'm pretty sure. Sure, we could look it up.
Archive it.
Yeah. Because I seem to remember it being like.
That's the year before I started Digital Scout.
I vaguely remember because we had of course, as everybody knows, we had the 2 plays in less than 4 seconds at the end of regulation time. And if I remember correctly, it was something like 45-38 or so when we scored that touchdown to tie the game. About that. Might have been, I don't know, 44-37. I don't know. Anyway. Well, second down and 10. And it's going to be a give. Doss trying to get around the edge. And he is hit and finally taken down. And he loses the football at the end of the play, but they'd already blown it dead. Ethan Huffman upset that he didn't get his strip there. And the Titans will burn their last timeout with a minute 22. Or no, maybe they won't. I thought they said they did. They definitely blew the whistle, but they're allowing the clock to run. Well, now they've stopped it. They let quite a bit of clock run off there before. They'd called timeout before. They really should adjust that on the clock. So anyway. In the meantime, it's still 50-30 here. So let's see. So what year was 76-70? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was Evans' senior year, right?
I don't know.
I think it was.
Okay. When was that?
2012.
Okay.
2011, sorry. I've got some coaches on here from my staff that have been kind of keeping us updated.
Okay.
Let's see here. 2011, yeah.
All right. So that will set up a 4th down. Clock now is running because the Titans can't stop it.
It's the first time in this stadium that we've had 50 points scored on us.
Okay. I don't know if the Panthers are going to just call timeout here. I would imagine they will. Play clock's at 5. So they should call timeout with 33 seconds left to go. Somebody making the "you can't take them with you" comment about the timeouts, I guess. So next week it is Lee Summit North here at Titan Stadium.
Well, I tell you what, Coach Wags, some comments up here in the press box that you might need to come back here and start coaching football. Give up girls and boys golf.
Huffman back deep for this punt for the Titans. And the kick is away, and it will be short. And down at about the 35 with 25.6 seconds left. Apparently they're going to, I don't know if they're going to try and run a play here or what.
First and 10, Summit West.
40-13, final. Boonville
40.
loses
Oh,
to the Osage Indians. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, so what are they going to do here?
Well, you think a Hail Mary here?
Caden
Couple
Carter
of 'em.
back out. He does have a bit of an arm, it looked like. Although his last throw was underthrown. And back to throw. He will roll. Throws near side. It is caught. Out of bounds, Halterman. To the 28, takes us down to 18.6 seconds left. Was that his first or second completion? I can't remember. Second, okay. Carter, the lefty, throw it over the middle, looking for the end zone. It's toward Halterman again on the near side, actually, as it turned out, corner of the end zone. Incomplete. 13.9 seconds left. So how do you sort of decide stuff like that as a coach? You know, are you going to fight till the very end?
Yeah,
Or?
I mean, again, though, I mean, when you're building the program, too, I mean, it's, I understand what Coach Horn's doing. He's trying to.
Hey, you know, you only have so many game opportunities, you know, reps at game speed. As he throws again down toward the corner, toward Halterman, and overthrows him again. So it'll be 4th down and 5 with 9 seconds left to go. And, you know, like you said, it's not that they're trying to win the game.
Right.
They know they can't win it at this point. But why not give, you know, a guy like, you know, Caden Carter an opportunity to get actual Friday night speed reps in while they can?
Yeah. No, I totally understand what he's doing.
Yeah. Might want to target somebody else for a change. Rolls to the left side, throwing left side. He did, and he was caught. And that'll be the last play of the game, as it was caught by Weigel. He'll go down, and that will do it. The homecoming game is history, and the Titans on the losing end of a 50-30. What ended up being a shellacking by the Panthers, although, again, it was, you know, for a good portion of the game, this one, they kept up with them. But this one, in some ways, actually reminds me a little bit of the Liberty game from the perspective of the, you know, they kept up with them for a while, and eventually it just, the, you know, more experienced, older team moved away.
Right. No, you're right.
So we'll take a quick break, wrap things up. When we come back, 50-30 the final score. Ray-Pec over Lee Summit West. Post game after this on Titan Football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
We We are back at Titan Stadium. Joel Becker, Coach Royce Boehm. Apparently, we needed till past 10 o'clock to find out that the Titans were going to lose tonight 50-30 to the Panthers. And Coach has our post-game number.
Well, I tell you what, total offense is unreal. For Ray-Pec, it was 439. For Lee Summit West, it was 462.
Wow, so we ended up outgaining them.
Yes, we did.
And over 900 yards in offense.
Yes.
Between the two teams. That's amazing.
320 passing for Ray-Pec, 293 passing for West, 169 rushing, 119 for West, and then 119 for Ray-Pec.
So they actually caught up.
Uh-huh.
A lot of that was Fager in that last.
Right. Penalties, 7 for 60 for West and 5 for 50 for Ray-Pec.
For those of you watching on 810 Varsity, you can see the Panthers. You know, we mentioned that Ray-Pec traveled relatively well, and you know, it's easy for us as Lee Summit West fans to forget that this is a Panther team that was probably pretty embarrassed by last week's performance.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, having their fans come out and being able to win a game by 20 points against the team that, you know, sometimes has been better than them, you know, that was I think that was something that they took a lot of pride in.
Exactly.
So anyway, finish off.
I'm sorry. I'm just seeing what the Titans are doing there.
Quick meeting.
Looks like Coach Horn is sending them off the field quickly. Yep.
It's cold.
Yes, it is. Time of possession, 26-48 for West and 20-14 for the Panthers.
You know, the thing is that if you just looked at the box score and not looked at any scoring information off of it, you might actually think that the Titans won this game.
Oh, no, absolutely. And then you look at first downs, 29 first downs for West, and for Ray-Pec, it was 21. I mean, on paper.
Yeah, they were actually ahead of him in almost every category.
Absolutely.
You know, the differences had to do with a few different things, but, you know, the Panthers obviously had a better – more of a better quick strike capability. They had 2 60-plus yard passes for touchdowns. They had a 97-yard kickoff return. They had a pick 6.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like what Coach was talking about, you know, Coach Horn in the pregame conversation about the idea of, you know, you got to limit the mistakes you make. We didn't.
Nope.
You know, you have to take advantage when you do get the opportunities. We did that. You know, more often than we didn't in this game.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, we made some mistakes, and Ray-Pec capitalized on almost every mistake we made, and they also just did their job. They made good on most offensive opportunities they had.
Uh-huh. And what kind of message now is Coach Horn sending to his team? I mean, sending them to the locker room without even being with student body, being with parents, you know. Maybe it's a wake-up call to get your stuff together, you know. Come play.
Yeah, could be. All right, so next week it will be Lee Summit North here at Titan Stadium to wrap up the Titans' home schedule for the year. I think we relatively safely say that it would take a pretty deep run into the playoffs before the Titans would get another home game after next week. So if you have the opportunity and want to see a Titans game in person at home, next week's the week to do it. But if you can't do it, then tune us in right here on 810varsity.com and lswradio.com as well. Appreciate you tuning in. It was a lot of offense, if nothing else.
It was.
Took a while, but it was definitely an exciting game. 50-30. The final score for tonight. Appreciate you tuning in here on 810varsity.com. This is Titans football, a presentation of Backport Sports, Beck Bros Productions, and 810varsity.com.